Looks good. Can you hear me on the mic? Nope. Good. Okay.
I can't hear you.
I was seeing if it picked up there.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Because I'm like, oh, I can't.
A little bit less stress this time too, huh?
Yeah. Well, I know what to expect.
Yeah.
At least a little bit.
And help. This is actually a big help. You know.
Because last time it was legit dead air if we didn't talk.
Yes.
Yeah, when I was making my demo tapes out of my house, I'm like, do I add fake crowd noise? Because I was just going off clips.
Right.
And like, I kind of got, it was split down the middle. Others are like, oh, you need to add it. And others are like, oh, no, you don't. It's a terrible idea. And I'm like, oh. Like, yeah, that was kind of an area where the experts were no help.
Right.
Let's just go to a game. There are none. And if there are, they won't let me in. They won't even let parents in.
It was bad. All right, let's get ready to go here.
Gonna wear these for 3 hours.
I'll open, then I'm going to turn to you pretty quick so you can do your spick. Okay? In 1 second.
I'm gonna see if I can get the temperature really quick.
All right. They're about to start the national anthem. They're going to say hello, welcome, and then we'll go national anthem, okay?
Okay.
Please stand for national anthem.
Or I'm just going to go let that run. In case anyone looks up here.
More fans today.
All right. Here we go.
Welcome to the
In 3,
small class
2, 1. Welcome, everyone, to the Arizona Fall Classic. This is the Senior Academic Games. My name is Michael Yank. I've got my colleague to my right, Eric Hansen, here, and we are going to have an evening of baseball. This is a unique game, and SportsStream Arizona is covering it. So as you see the teams start to go out onto the field, I'm going to let you, Eric, I'm going to let you kind of talk a little bit about how this really works. So, Eric, welcome to SportsStream Arizona, and let's let everyone know how this happens.
Thank you for having me, Michael. Now, this is a baseball game with quite a number of twists. So for starters, we are going to go 10 innings, regardless of the score after 9. 3 outs in an inning kind of matters, but kind of doesn't. There will be a new pitcher every half inning, and they will face 5 batters, regardless of the results. If they reach the 3rd out, it will clear the bases. Now, when it comes to the infield and outfield, they are rotating on an odd and evens count. It is the same group of infielders and outfielders, with the exception of the first baseman, who rotate every other inning. Now, when it comes to the catchers, they will rotate every 3rd inning. Were you taking notes, Michael?
I think I've got it, and I'm going to say bingo. All right. The other thing about this game, everyone, is this game is for uncommitted seniors in high school. This is for those players that really are looking for that opportunity to go to the next level, continue their playing career at the collegiate level. And we have a ton of recruiters, college recruiters at this event. Scouts are the pros, recruiters are college. So we'll talk a little bit more about that as this goes on. But the academic games, you must have a 3.7 GPA or greater. And we'll be talking about that through this process. Eric, let's talk about it. We're about to see first pitch. Let's let everyone know what we have going on.
On the mound is Gabriel Jacobs, number 37. He's a righty. He throws that one to battery mate, Lauren Bain, who is 5'9". The pitcher himself is 6 foot, 175. As the count is 1-0. So far, a patient approach from number 60, Luka Drancic. Count is now 3-0.
Now, Luka, he's a 6 foot 205, again, senior. Oh, it came back hot, didn't it?
That hit the glass.
All right.
Hate to be a bird hitting that one.
He's out of Bishop Blanchette High School, Seattle, Washington, with a 3.83 GPA.
That'll be a called 3rd strike.
So that's out number 1. Now, to recap on what you said, there's still 4 more batters this pitcher's going to face, regardless if it's 3 outs or not. If they do get 3 outs, they clear the bases and face the other 2 again.
Pitch is down low to Zach Gardner, who is 6'2", 190. Now, these jerseys are color coordinated. Pitchers wear red, infielders wear blue, outfielders wear green, and the catchers are in black. As Jacobs evens the count at 1 apiece.
Now, Zach, he's an infielder, right, Eric? And he goes to Castro Valley High School. He's got a 3.93 GPA.
As he finds himself in a 1-2 count. Quite a few more fans here than there were at the Junior Academic Showcase last week. That one is over the head of Benny. Jacobs and the umpire sharing a few words.
Looks like we got a broken glove on the catcher. Maybe? No? Yes. That is confirmed. Broken glove.
Yes, glove was just tossed into the dugout.
Gonna use a body glove or something over there. Okay, so we also have Team Gray and Team Black, and they're all wearing white.
Correct.
So how do you differentiate between the two?
Well, Team Black is currently hitting first.
That's helpful. That's
That's
good.
about it. Another one fouled off to the right. There is a gentleman sitting in that section where he's pretty much been in the radius of 3 foul balls so far.
And the only way you can tell the difference is if you take a look at the front of the hat.
Another called third strike
Right.
for Gabriel Jacobs.
You-
Two
you-
batters, 2 called strikeouts.
You take a look at the front of the hat, and the front of his hat is gray. The black team, the front of the hats are black. That's the different. That's the way we differentiate them here.
In now steps Oliver Hogan, 6'2", 180. As he puts this one in play, gathered by the second baseman, and an easy ground out.
So that's the third out, 2 strikeouts and a ground out to second. That's 3 outs. However, we see 5. 5 batters are coming up to face this pitcher. And after the 5th batter, we'll go ahead and flip it and move over. One of the things I like right now is, we're definitely out of the gate. We're seeing more strikes than we saw at the junior academic games a week ago. Hopefully that trend continues.
Bit too low for the home plate umpire.
Just down.
In now to hit is Ian Huang, who is a switch hitter. He's 5'11", 170. But yeah, so far we've seen a more aggressive approach. Now, granted, we've only seen 3 batters, but there were quite a few patient at-bats from the juniors last week. Swing and a miss there.
And we talk about who's hitting so far?
Yes.
Okay. I'm multitasking, if you can tell. Good off-speed pitch.
So yeah, you've got the board, you've got all these different sheets, you're pressing with buttons, you're working with Zoom, trying to show off the hats. Wearing many hats. Stays alive. 1 and 2. Over at first base currently, who collected the last out, is Aiden Mowens. He will not play the second inning on defense, but he will the third, because the first baseman alternate.
That comes off hot, back into the field off of a chair.
So now that is one thing we should almost expect from the senior showcase, right? A little bit more sound, a little bit more power.
Right, they're just obviously a little bit older, a little bit, body's a little bit more mature, right? A little bit stronger. And for me, I feel like this game's going to have a little bit more intensity. The hourglass is running a little bit less sand, if we will, on some of these guys. Again, it's not the end of the road, but it definitely is another year closer to potentially being the end of their playing days.
Jacob seemed to miss his mark there as Benny set his glove low and it ended up high. Full count. Just a little inside. We have our first base runner.
Now batting
So that was the 4th hitter. This is the 5th one, which means no matter what, I'm not. If I'm go ahead and let's talk about who this is. I think it's a catcher, right? We got a black number.
I believe you are correct. That is Charles Lapp.
Okay.
5'10", 175.
All right. So Charles here, he's a 4.25 GPA out of Rancho Santa Margarita, California. He goes to Santa Margarita Catholic High School. Say that 5 times really fast. Okay. At the end here, you just got to attack. You have to attack the zone as a hitter. So that is out number 4, showcase style. But as the last hitter, I mean, yes, are you if they got the steal sign, you're going take there. Maybe you're swinging through to try and protect him, but you've got to attack anything near because a walk doesn't do anything for you, Eric. A walk just flips the side.
Now we are seeing a bit of that aggressiveness. For instance, that steal, or should I say now caught stealing from Huang. So that was a good throw from Binney.
Good hack. That's exactly right. You know, you don't know how many times you're actually going to be on base. So when you're on base, if speed's one of your things, and base stealing, and from a catcher perspective, you may not have all the opportunities to throw people out. So this is what this game is for. It is a showcase style format game. And that means do what you do. If you're a fast runner and you swipe bases, you get a chance. You better do it. That's what they're looking for.
Full count here on lap. Swings at strike 3. And we go to the bottom of the first. No score.
So that was 5 up, 5 down. And as we get into this next inning, that again, Team Gray coming in off the field, Team Black going out. And we'll kind of set the stage here a little early so that you can really get a full feel for what is happening. We've got Red 55. That's Red 5-5 on the mound, Eric. Let's talk about who that is, where he's from, and what he likes to do in his spare time.
Well, Red means he's a pitcher, and his name is Steele Murdoch. He's a righty, 6'2", 185.
Where's he from?
Where's he from? He's from Harriman.
Harriman, that's Utah.
It's Utah.
That is Utah. That is, Harriman is like west of kind of Salt Lake. It's southwest. Yeah, right there. He's a 3.88 GPA. He likes riding his snowmobile in the winter up in the mountains near Park City.
He will be throwing to number 43, Gavin Mora, who is 5'11", 169, from Lodi, California. A lot of California, a lot of Arizona, a lot of Southwest representation here today.
That's right. And we see a lot of that at these games. And you do have some guys that come from all over. We've got some British Columbia, some Washington, Hawaii.
We got Hawaii in there.
Some Hawaii. Another, I think we had Alaska last week, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we also had multiple Canadians. Because we found out we couldn't name one the Canadian.
Right. Canada, eh?
In to hit now is Aiden Mowens.
No height.
6', 185. Down the middle for strike 1.
Okay. Yeah.
Morris sets up inside. Ball is put into play to the second baseman. Easy ground out. Collected by the first baseman.
Interesting. I'm not sure.
Bit too low. In now is Chris Cannon, who's 5'9", 170, from Honolulu. The Hawaii representation here today. Swings through strike 1, count even, 1 apiece. Defense playing pretty even up the middle for the infielders. Center fielder is shaded to the left. Ball is swung foul. 1 and 2. Now, one thing to monitor throughout the day is the presence of the sun. We saw that have an impact last week, especially the outfield. The shadows become very evil for a good hour of the game. It goes away rather quickly, but it's something to monitor for the first few innings. Way inside.
No better.
Count is now split 2 apiece. As Cannon swings through strike 3. And that's 2 outs recorded in the inning, but we will see 3 more batters regardless of the result. In now comes Andrew Capizzi, nicknamed AJ. He's 5'11", 170 pounds, plays for the Elite National.
From Harmony, Pennsylvania. That's a solid strike one. Morris sets up low. Ball is low. 1-1. That appeared to be a pitcher's pitch.
Maybe you call Rock. Maybe you call Rock and say, hey, is Mark Kennedy concerned about any of
Murdoch gets that swing and miss. 1-2, working from the, on the camera side, it's the right side of the rubber. From the playing side, it's the left. We saw in the junior academic game that pitchers kind of alternated. There seemed to be a balance of those who preferred the left and right and a few that preferred the center. If you're going later in the game, you care about where those divots are on the mound. Throws outside to make the count even at 2-2. Morris slid to collect that one. AJ with a 4.65 GPA. Fouls this one away. Yeah, you almost get spoiled covering these academic games. You almost look at the 3.9s and the 4.0 GPAs because there's just so many down this list with 4.08s, 4.65. There's a few 4.3s, 4.17. You get spoiled. Count is even at 2 apiece for number 2. Wearing that blue jersey number. It's meaning he plays the infield. The jerseys aren't color coordinated, but the numbers are. Off-speed pitch. Not in the zone. Count is full. Payoff pitch coming. Sets up more inside on the rubber, gets a swing. Collected and thrown out.
Now batting, number 12.
You know, on that one, Eric, he really didn't bust it out of the box. You know, again, in this, you're playing to try and get that next opportunity, and you know, you want to let all of it out there, leave it all out there. Don't leave anything in the tank at the end.
I was just about to ask how much effort matters and just the tiny things, because we did see the first baseman airmail the second baseman when they made the out and they throw it around the infield.
Yeah, you know, the other thing they're seeing, I mean, some of these guys, they've seen him play before, right? Like that one, he just loaded up and let it go. You know, that not necessarily looking for an accurate throw right there. He's trying to get on the velo gun. You know, they want to see if there's an 87, 88, 90, you know, in the tank. And, you know, although it may not be the most accurate, nice slider. That was dirty. I like it.
Kai Laxa, hitter, swung through his first strike. Count even 1 apiece. Defense is playing straight up, including the center fielder. Another swing and miss. 1-2. Well, now that...
So I want to go back to talking about, you know, what are they looking for, right? We have a baseball organization here in town, and
that one's fouled back.
Okay, and you heard it. What it hit? Something metal.
Hear the gong off of the metal structure here.
So, we have a baseball organization. We talk to a number of college coaches about some of our players, and, you know, they know they can play. Good outside right there.
Called strike 3.
They know they can play. That when they're talking to maybe one of their coaches like us, one of the things they want to know is what kind of teammate is he? You know, how is he off the field with you guys? What type of person is he? How are his grades? Those are the things that they want to know. Is he coachable? Does he do the little things? And so if those are the questions that they're asking maybe their club coach or maybe high school coach, you got to believe that if they're here watching this, the little things absolutely matter. They absolutely matter.
And so far, Colin Brown has worked himself into a 2-0 count, favorable on his end. We have seen a more aggressive approach from Murdoch. You talked about potentially trying to light up the velo gun. We saw that aggressive strikeout of the prior batter. That was a high heater. 2-1, swung through. Center fielder now shaded more towards the right. Pitcher's mound is now covered in the shade. That will progressively change. That was a miss. Now 3-1.
Who else you seen tonight? Johnson County.
You always love the small things with a showcase. Like, we just saw a teammate go and collect the ball. There are no bat boys. There's none of that.
Outside fastball.
He did catch the corner. Full count.
And to our viewers with us, we do monitor the YouTube comments. So if there's anything you'd like to know, maybe a question that's appropriate for the broadcast, we will go ahead and work that in and try and get your comments on and maybe answer the questions. If you want to give a shout out to somebody, we do accept shout outs via our Cash App. I'm just kidding. We don't charge for that. But you know, that's stuff that we do want to interact with you guys. We want you to have fun. We want you to enjoy the show. We are here for about 3 hours, Eric, and so it's something that got to pull the music down so we don't get taken off the air by YouTube, right? So we're muted. So you know, please jump on the chat, and if there's anything you want to add, you want to give a shout out, have some questions, by all means, jump in and do it. So, Eric, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, Eric, we are back. This is Green 10. Who are we looking at here?
We are looking at Donovan Johnson, 5'10", 165. As he starts his at-bat with a ball.
Okay, and on Team Gray's got Red 57 on the hill.
That would be Wyatt Nicole, the righty, 6'1", 160 from Irvine, California.
379 GPA. And what's the GPA on Green 10?
On Green 10. They have names.
I know, but it's more fun this way.
395.
395. That's Donovan Johnson?
Yes.
All right. We had a question come in to say, how do they figure out the batting order? On that, they take, they basically make sure their infielders get through, there is no, oh, I'm a 3-hole hitter, so let me put you there. They kind of just put them into an order that that they group the outfielders and infielders together and the catchers together, and then they just go through it a couple times.
And regardless of what position or when your first at-bat is, you will get 3 plate appearances.
There you go.
Hits it into right field. I believe we have our first base hit of the night.
It is a hit in the 3-4 hole.
Johnson gets on base with a single.
Now batting, number 25, Travis Ujimori.
Now in the box is a lefty, Travis Ujimori, 5'8", 160. He is from Hawaii.
We're going to keep an eye on that runner up first and see if he makes a steal attempt.
Foul to first baseman. First baseman can't collect it. Everyone is safe. You do like to see the pitcher try to cover the bag there, but there was no play.
Right.
And playing first base is Hudson Story.
And that was just out of his reach. That one's kind of a tough one. You're lunging for it. He's coming and playing in because of the fact he was holding the runner on.
Now batting is Philip de Alba, 5'8", 180 pounds, from Pico Rivera. He starts the count 1-0. Now the battery mate, we do talk a lot about the pitchers because there's a new one every inning, but it is a showcase for the catchers as well. This is Dylan Mendoza behind the plate, who has some traffic around the bases too. Keep himself preoccupied. Count is now 2-0. And it can't be easy for the catcher. If you're a pitcher, you know, there's a little bit of control. You can say, I want to get 5 strikeouts and kind of control the inning. If you're a catcher, you don't have really the history with the pitcher. He gets a first strike. But you have to worry about, okay, if he's not doing well, do you, like, talk to him? Do you try to calm him down? Do you want that runner at first to attempt a stolen base? That way you can get a caught stealing, you know, kind of wear that as a badge of honor for the showcase. Popped up into the infield. Who wants it? Runners have to stay.
Pop-up priority right there. The right fielder has priority over the second baseman and first baseman, ends up calling him off.
That was Peyton Dupree, who probably ran a good 200 feet to get that one.
Cover some ground for sure.
In now is Casey Robinson, who is 6'5", 210. There is strike 1. Man, he looks tall compared to the catcher and umpire. He owns all of that 6'5". Runner still at first at second. Pitcher checks the runner at second. Swings through strike 2. Shortstop seems to be at the runner's pocket at first. The runner at second is Donovan Johnson after getting that single earlier in the inning. Runners try to advance, but the ball is fouled off. So now, if you have 2 base runners to start off the inning, how do you turn this into a good one if you are the pitcher in this showcase?
Well, you definitely, you know, want to get an out. You're looking for a ground ball. Give me a 2-ball. You know, he's gotten 2 ground balls, right? So it's not like
he's a strikeout there,
right? And so it's not like he's getting lit up. There's a ground ball in the 3-4 hole. Another one that went off the first baseman's glove. That's how we have both runners on. That second one was not a hit. So you know, you've given up 1 hit, and from a pitching perspective, you are doing your job.
There is strike 1 to Noah Kimura, 5'8", 150. from Kirkland, Washington. A little bit of representation from the Northwest part of the nation. Second baseman backs off from the bag. It's in the dirt. Runner at first tried to advance, but runners stay.
You know, one of the things I'd like to see, who we got, Red 57, Wyatt do, when the second baseman breaks back, you know, again, the communication's a little tough because he's pitching to 5 batters. But when the second baseman breaks back to the position, you really don't want to pause that much because that, in a typical situation, lets the runner get bigger if the guy holding him on kind of aborts mission and gets back to his spot. The more time you hold it, the bigger lead, the more chances to steal.
So we saw earlier in the inning, the shortstop was kind of in the pocket of the runner. Now it seems to be the second baseman as he backs off. Off-speed pitch lands for strike 2. Count is now even at 2 apiece. And that is likely because we have a righty hitter compared to a left swinging one. So the infielders alternate. Fastball gets him for strike 3, and that will end the top of the second inning. Still no score for either black or gray. Welcome back to the 2022 Senior All Academic Game Showcase. We have Team Black and Team Gray in the same uniforms pretty much. No score. Bottom of the second inning.
Come on, Eric. They're different uniforms. The front of their hat crown is either black or gray. I mean, that's a huge difference.
If your parents would say who plays on what team and they would not know by looking at the uniforms for about 2 seconds, I say it's the same.
Right. Okay. We got a good question that came in, but before we get to this question, set the table. What do we have? Who's on the mound? Who's behind the plate? And who is at the plate?
The chaotic fun of these showcase formats. Well, the pitcher on the mound is Frank Willis. He's our first lefty of the night or evening, 6'4", 182, from Denver. The person must really like Colorado because Denver is written in all caps. And then collecting pitches from him for the inning will be Trevor Harmon, who is 6'2", 190, from Pleasanton, California, as that pitch is inside, 2-0. Now, we did see a little bit of, I don't want to say, maybe a combination of lack of familiarity and a bit of wildness from the warm-up pitches. There were a good 2 out of 3 that went past the catcher's glove. As one goes past there.
All right, and then so hitting is Team Gray right now.
Yes.
And again, you talked about Peyton Dupree.
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
I hadn't covered Peyton Dupree.
Okay.
There's like 3 people that I got to cover every single time. Dupree is 6 foot, 205. As he has now worked himself into a 3-1 count from Folsom, California.
Up by Sacramento. 3.6 GPA, 3.6, very close to that 3.7.
And earns himself a walk.
Right. All right, so Go ahead and let's talk about who's hitting right here really quick, and then I'm going to get to this question.
Trevor LaPrez.
In currently is Trevor LaPresse, who is 6'3", 180, from Henderson, Nevada. More, just add that to the TAC board of Southwest representation.
There you go. 4.0 student as well. Goes to Lake Mead Christian Academy. All right, so question that came in. David Dawson asked, trying to get that to stay up there, can you speak a little bit about how often this organization puts on this type of high academic event each year? This is a once a year for the juniors and once a year for the seniors. It's usually at the end of September, depending on how the weekend falls, early October, I mean the first couple days of October, if anything, but usually a end of September event. The junior event is a week before.
Runner takes off to second. And he'll get in there. Peyton Dupree turned a walk into a trip to second.
So what happens with this event is in the morning, all these players sign up. They've got to submit their GPAs, get confirmed, all that stuff, and they show up for a tryout early this morning. They try out, and the staff, recruiters, coaches that are part of the Fall Classic family and fraternity, basically, they select the players that have made it to this showcase game. And that's how that happens. Again, the junior academic games takes place the week before. With this event is the senior fall classic, which is, teams are here playing in showcase format. During the junior academic games, that is the junior fall classic. Same thing's kind of happening, but this is every single time. And, we put a poll up to talk about how many teams are playing in the AZ Senior Fall Classic. And if you guessed 96, you were correct.
As Lopez struck out there.
Reed Montgomery.
Now in is number 43, Reed Montgomery. We get to see a rare lefty-on-lefty matchup here, who is 5'11", 175, from Mission Viejo, California. Swings at strike one.
He goes to Capistrano Valley High School. 397 GPA, pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Like I said earlier, you kind of get spoiled in an academic showcase looking at all the GPAs.
Well, and that's the thing. Here's the coaches here are looking for some of those players.
Runner takes off to third.
He was in there ahead of it.
Ruled safe. He's now taken a walk into a trip to third. Mind you, no sack fly, no sack bunt, no sack hit, none of that. He's kind of worked it himself. It's now a 1-2 count. That'll
Good
be
block. Way to keep it in front. Okay, we have a lot. We have a lot of colleges in attendance, and the last 2 years with COVID, it took a hit in the attendance, and we're now starting to see with Fall Classic those pre-COVID numbers in terms of attendance. I can't say all of them. It would be impossible to cover them all. It would just be me talking, naming college after college after college. But I will start to say some of them through the broadcast, and I'll try and do 3 or 4 at a time.
as Montgomery earns a walk. Willis did not look comfortable on the second to last pitch of that at bat. He kind of almost fell off the mound there. Once again, we have a new pitcher every half inning. I can't imagine those divots are going in your favor, whereas opposed to a starter would at least go 5 or 6. You're like, all right, I kind of know what the mound's going to be like. Everybody has different landing points and starting points. So I'm sure the mound feels different for a showcase event.
And look, some pitchers are up there, trying to maybe overthrow a little bit more than they do. Getting outside of their typical game that's made them a success in their craft. And it's okay, you know. It's a great breaking ball.
Counts even at 1 apiece. Runners at first and third. In at the at-bat is Hudson Story, one of the first basemen platooning for Team Gray, who is 6'2", 208 from Pasadena, California. Outside pitch, 2-1.
So our last poll asked how many colleges are here. 137 is the answer.
Wow. So now, when you say the colleges are here, do you mean they attended workouts, or are they here in the stands?
So there are some in the stands. They could also be at the tryout, right? So you have a bigger collection of players at the tryout. I mean, you could have a bubble catcher. I mean, there's only 3 catchers, right? There might have been 5 good catchers there, or 10 good catchers. You don't know. Someone may fit the profile, and again, great bend on that ball. Great bend.
That had some wicked movement.
That is his. You could tell that's his go-to pitch. So, you know, the college programs need high GPA guys. They need this to balance. The colleges are expected to maintain a certain average. Runners in motion, first and third, with a no throw and a walk.
I believe that's the 3rd walk in the inning allowed by Willis.
Number 30, Zach Kavanaugh.
In now is Zach Kavanaugh, who is 6'2", 180 pounds, from Abbotsford, British Columbia. More Canadian representation.
Canada, eh? Do I do that every time? Sticking with that breaking ball. You know, I want to go back to one more thing with David when he put that question up there. This isn't so this is the academic. Now, there's the Freshman Fall Classic, which is the weekend the freshmen are playing in a big tournament. It's like 100 teams or something. And then another weekend is the Sophomore Fall Classic. So they do a freshman weekend, a sophomore weekend, a junior weekend, a senior weekend. And then they also have the Easton Underclass and Upperclass Tournament. That one is not showcase format. That is teams. And the next time we are here after tonight, Eric, it is the Home Run Derby that we actually cover in this stadium. It's cool because we're down on the field. The guys come in that are in the lead. We put them at the table. We put a headset on them. Some of them are great to chat with. Others are bumps on a log, but it's just a fun night.
That ball gets past him for ball 4. That was a 4-pitch walk for Kavanaugh.
And that is the 5th of the inning, which means we're flipping it and going to the next one. We'll be right back.
We go where you go. Everywhere and anywhere. Purposefully built to stand up to the elements. Designed to perform under any condition. Built for the moments that matter. For the rugged and the relentless. We are the soundtrack for adventure. This is purpose-built audio. This is Rockford Fosgate.
Welcome back, everyone, and we're going to start just a tad earlier this time so we can make sure we get everyone to you before we actually get into action. So, new pitcher with a new catcher,
New pitcher for Team Gray is number 69, Cam Stanton. He's a lefty, 6 foot, 190, from Auburn. Comes from Placer High School. Catching will be number 1, Colin Brown, the last of the 3 pitchers we will see for Gray. He is 6 foot, 177 pounds, from Sherman Oaks, California. And then in to hit is infielder, number 40, Seth Halleck, who is 6'1", 190, from Oceanside, California. There you go. All 3 in before the first pitch.
Well done. Well done.
So that is ball 1. Now, just to make sure, for the people scoring at home in a game that really the score doesn't matter a whole lot, this ball is put into play. Shortstop throws over to first base, and that is safe. An infield single for Halleck. But for those scoring at home, we do have a run in the game. Team Black leads 1-0. That walk, the 4th walk, does count as a run scored. So Team Black does not have a hit, but they have a run. As number 22, Parker Sobsiak takes ball 1. He is 5'10", 160 pounds, from Rancho Cucamonga, California. Runner takes off for second. Nobody is there. Can't collect the ball. Stolen base for Halleck. So far, we are not seeing a lot of patience from runners at first. It seems like you can pretty much bet anything you want that they're going to take off.
You got to go. If wheels is part of your game, it's one of your tools. You have got to get on it and show it off.
Count is now 2-1 after that strike.
Easton is the main title sponsor of this event, does a lot with the Fall Classic program.
Stanton checks the runner. Pitch is a little too high, 3-1.
You're not really, I mean, that umpire's not in position to make that call, but it's okay. We can point out there.
Hey, that's hard. I've had to ref a few flag football games, and just even parents in games that don't determine college scholarships. It's a hard job calling it.
I'll tell you what, parents are crazy.
Yes.
I can say that.
Count is now full.
You can send your complaints to City of Peoria.
We are here at the Peoria Sports Complex, spring training home to the Mariners and Padres. That will be a walk earned by Sobsiak.
Number 30, Justin Dunn.
Now in is Justin Dunn, runners at first and second. Now, so far, I wanted to ask, during last week, there were no home runs, much to your dismay.
Yeah, no bombs.
When you were preaching just the entire night about aggressiveness.
Yes.
So far, I think we've seen an even more patient approach.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Runners in motion.
Takes off for third. Throw is high into left field. Runner is coming home and scores. There's also a runner on second.
So, sometimes he wouldn't look at second. The base runner was kind of picking up on that, had some time to do so, and took off running as soon as he looked back.
So Sobsiak gets in at second. Halleck has 2 stolen bases and a run.
That's off the foot. But you really don't want to walk.
But we've seen a lot of it. We saw 4 in 1 inning. That's how one of the runs were scored.
Right. Anything close, you definitely want to come out. You want to come out banging. Look, 3-0, typical game. This is full take. I mean, typical game, you get beamed, you go to first. Mm-hmm. This game, you're going to go back up there. And so the main thing you want to do, 3-0, I'm a yes. I don't even think it's a no. I am taking a daddy hack and a half. Is that even possible?
In now is Justin Dunn. Runners at first and second.
And
He swings on the first pitch. Mishandled by the third baseman. Everyone will be safe.
Which 3-0, you have to be swinging here in this showcase. You're not looking for a walk. In a game, that's full take. Unless you're, say, the 3-hole dude, that gets the green light from coach. But in this situation, it's a 1-1 game, 3-0, more base runners, more runs.
That is ball one. Well, here you might see a little bit more of an aggressive approach. Bases loaded for Dylan Kraus, who is 6 foot, 163, from Fountain Valley, California. Fouls that one back.
A couple colleges in attendance: Air Force Academy, Alabama, Arizona Christian University, Arizona State University, Arkansas Tech. Baylor's here.
Going alphabetically, I see.
That's how it's done. It's all mixed up. I'm just putting it that way in my head. Are they in order?
So far, yes.
Okay. Boston College, Brown University, BYU, Cal Baptist.
This one is hit into right field.
We're going to have a tag play at home. We are.
Runner is safe.
Throw is not in time.
That would have been a hard throw to get him out, though.
Yeah, I was watching the screen, but it bounced twice. Maybe the first baseman should have relayed it. I couldn't tell. I wasn't watching that.
So that is now 2 runs for the black team. In now is Cal Wipth, who is 6'1", 185, from Santa Barbara, California.
Now our last poll that was up for those of you watching.
Swings through strike one.
We're throwing the answer up there. And Jesse McMahon just wants another rundown. Who is pitching right now?
Who is pitching? It is Cam Stanton. And catching is Colin Brown. Runner takes off for second.
Not contested. I'm going to talk about Cam one more time really quick. He's from Placer High School in Auburn, and he's a 4.0 student. Appreciate you engaging with us, Jesse.
Runners at second and third. Count now 2-1.
Some more colleges in attendance: California Lutheran, Cal Poly, Cal State University East Bay, Cal State Fullerton, Cal State Northridge.
Off-speed pitch is fouled back.
The local JUCOs are here. You got Chandler Gilbert. I know Yavapai from the Prescott area is here. See that? I just went to the end. Went from C to
Well, yeah, I was about to say,
to
you're
Y.
still on the C's.
Just missed on the breaking ball there.
Count now even at 2 apiece.
You got Columbia, Dartmouth. Those are some of those brainiac schools, right? Embry-Riddle from Prescott. Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University's here. They're in Prescott as well.
There's the brainy school.
That's a hard school to get into.
It is. I know a friend who went to Embry-Riddle. He's trying to be like one of those cool engineers.
John Hopkins is here. We got GCU, which is Grand Canyon University.
So this is swung on and put into center field. Easy play, and that'll end the inning. Team Black currently leads 2-1, going into the bottom of the third.
We'll be right back, everyone.
Into pitch for Team Black now is Ryan Reynolds,
Oh
number
my
6.
God, this is Ryan Reynolds!
It's not that Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, okay.
He is 190 pounds from Blackfoot, Idaho. And then the battery mate is number 24, Charles Lapp. We saw this should be the last of the trifecta of catchers that we see for Team Black. He is 5'10", 175 from Rancho Santa Margarita, California.
Good throw. It was a BB.
To the second baseman. Now into hit is outfielder number 47, Christian Runcall, who is 5'11", 185, plays for the AZ Athletics from Glendale, Arizona. Not that far away.
Local guy with a 3.98 GPA.
West Valley guy, too. Really local. That is outside. Ball 1. Because, you know, we do say local guys, but I feel sorry for the people who come from, like, Tucson when the same distance. If you lived in, like, the Northeast, that would be across 2 states. But just Arizona can be so big sometimes. Kind of half offers at that one. 1-1.
But if you're from Texas, Arizona's small.
Yes. Well, if you're from Texas, like, the only thing that competes is Alaska.
True. But Alaska, you can't live in a lot of places because it's really cold.
Yeah. And just inhabitable in general.
Yeah, because bears will eat you.
I was thinking, like, no Wi-Fi or power, but sure, bears.
Yeah.
Count is now 2-1.
The moose are really mean too.
Oh, gosh. I always associate the moose more with Canada than Alaska, for some reason.
There's Ryan Reynolds' information, Blackfoot, Idaho. So he's used to bears.
Are bears in Idaho now, too?
There's bears in Idaho.
Okay.
There's like the Frank Church Wilderness area. That's like some pretty mean mountain stuff.
Count is even 2-2. That is thrown well outside. Now a full count.
Might have saw a radar gun and just let her rip.
Yeah, did you ever get your pocket radar to work? I know you worked on that last time.
We're way too far away. I was going to hook it up to a car battery to see if it would be stronger, but
And the at-bat goes on.
was that a foul?
Believe so. Kind of hard to tell with the showcase format, because even if it just slightly taps the batter, the at-bat will continue. Fouled away. Defense is now pretty even. The sun is gone. Not entirely, but it's not affecting the field of play. Outfield and infield are surrounded by the evening shadow.
So he's reached 88 miles an hour on his fastball. That's Ryan Reynolds from the movies. Wait, not the movies?
Not the movies.
Okay. He's got
He's got a strikeout right now.
his sliders around 73, so he lives in the 85 to 88 range. So everyone shout out to our technical staff behind the scenes of Sports Stream Media for getting you that. In the production truck, doing the hard work.
We don't have a truck.
We have 3 trucks.
Well, we have trucks, not production trucks. That is fouled
Production
back.
truck.
In comes another Ryan, number 52, Ryan Strickland.
Is he in movies too?
Not every Ryan, I don't think that's a thing.
Oh.
He is 6 foot, 182, from Mission Viejo. He's worked himself into a 1-1 count.
College of Southern Nevada, Colorado Christian, Colorado School of the Mines, Colorado State Pueblo, Concordia University of Chicago, Concordia University, Wisconsin, which is only separated by like 12 seconds in time. I mean, Wisconsin and Chicago are like one and the same. I totally just offended somebody.
Yeah, we have a lot of Midwesterners here.
Florida La Sierra University. I might be able to say them all, actually. I was like, there's no way. We're going to keep going.
Counts even now at 2 apiece. At first, I didn't know. I thought you were saying what the pitcher is committed to, and I'm like, oh, no, these are the uncommitted.
Yeah,
What do you?
nobody's committed here. They're hoping to get to one of these guys on the list. Lewis and that's a fly ball going back.
Lifted into right field.
Playable.
So why don't you talk about the next hitter, and I'm going to keep going off on my college tangent.
More like, that's not so much a tangent, it's more of a list.
Okay.
Now in is number 1, Justin Blancafleur, who is 5'9", 170, from Plano, Texas.
Long Beach State is here.
Swung through that, strike 1. Center fielder is now shaded to the right. Don't have to worry too much about shadows.
This is green 1, right?
Correct. If my eyes do not deceive me.
He's from Honolulu, isn't he?
Hold up.
Talking about eyes. Watch this. Waiting for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Swung through that, 1 and 2.
Where's he from?
Thought he was from Plano, Texas.
What? Team Gray.
Yeah. Number 1. Green.
1 green.
Outfielder, not infielder.
Plano, Texas. That, I totally just blew it.
Counts now even 2 and 2.
That was good, Eric.
It's all right.
Forgot, blue is infield.
I will give a shout out to the right fielder who made the catch, Justin Dunn.
I'm going to talk to Trevor from AZ Fall Classic. All these white uniforms just made me totally lose a non-monetary bet to you.
Well, that's why I work with a multicolor pen. It looks kind of cheesy. It looks like a first grader, but it works really well. Count is now full. Outside. Blancafleur has earned a walk.
How do you feel that he's got blue socks with a green number?
Oh my gosh, if either of us were colorblind, this broadcast would be an absolute nightmare. I already have a tough time at night with the blue and the black between the catchers and infielders. Speaking of which, here is infielder number 23, Kaylor Backman.
All right, so pickoff gets by. He's going to be looking 3.
Nope, stays at
holds
2.
up.
So now we did talk a little bit in the junior game about showing the pickoff throw, because that seemed to be more of a thing that they wanted to show off here. But so far, I believe that's the first pickoff move we've seen, and it pretty much goes into the dugout. We've seen more stolen bases this time around.
So David asked the question, how many kids in attendance? Well, in this game, and I don't have the numbers of the tryouts, but I can tell you in this game, there's 17 position players on each team and 10 pitchers on each team.
I didn't know if they meant the crowd or not.
27.
Second baseman backs off. Count even at 1 apiece. Center fielder still shaded to the right.
And this is Keller from Ridgecrest, California, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keller Bachman.
As the lights start to come on here. 1 and 2 now the count. So this inning continues the trend of patient at-bats. We've seen another walk. If you give me a minute here, I can count all the ones that we've seen in this game so far. A rough count, I've got 8. 8 so far in this game. Combined between the two teams. That ball plunks him. But in the showcase format, he will hit on.
And if he gets hit again,
he will hit on. We saw that last week.
It's going to hurt twice. David, you asked a question, how many kids get offered from this showcase?
Now running number 50.
You know, we're going to work on getting that answer, but I don't know if that one's available.
So it appears this looks to be a little odd. So he will not take first base, but there is a runner now at first, number 52, Ryan Strickland. So it's almost like he's a different batter, but the at-bat will continue as he strikes out, despite being hit by the pitch.
Good breaking ball. I think he has some bite on it at the end.
So
We got
just
blue 6. Blue 6.
blue 6.
Number 6, Zane.
Feels like I'm back in high school getting plays off my wristband. And now that that is the third out of the inning, the bases will be cleared. Zane Coggins is in at the plate, 5'9", 155, from Tempe, Arizona.
Tempe.
Ball is low, ball 1. That one is outside, not snagged by the catcher, goes through. Count is now 2-0. It's an interesting sight. So even when things are slow, things are always moving in the showcase format. The bullpens are always busy. Off speed, a bit high. 3 pitches thrown, 3 balls, 3-0 count.
Producer let me know that through the entire Fall Classic, for the month, about 1,700 players come through here.
That seemed to have a little extra juice on that fastball. It's a 3-0 strike. Off-speed pitch, and that will be a walk, but because it's the 5th batter faced, the inning will end.
All right, and we will be right back.
Now pitching for Team Gray will be number 82, Zane Baltz. He is 6'4", 225, from Brentwood, California, and he plays for your favorite team to say.
I don't remember.
Starts with a Z.
Zoot?
Yes!
Yes. I didn't even look at the sheet.
He did not. And then catching will be the catcher from the first inning, number 12, Lauren Binney, who comes from Henderson, Nevada.
I like Henderson. I was actually born in Las Vegas. Bet you didn't know that.
So what part? Are we talking like the Strip or the actual suburbs where people live?
Well, I mean, I wasn't born on the Strip.
I didn't know how close
is
you were.
anybody? I mean, you got to party pretty hard to be born on the Strip.
I guess. I should have chose my wording more carefully. Strike 1. And to hit now is catcher, number 43, Gavin Mora, from Lodi, California.
Check out and follow the Arizona Fall Classic on Instagram. AZ Fall Classic is what you can search by.
0-2 count outside. Had a couple of pitches to play with.
Now, it's not just, JUCO or D1 colleges at this event. We could have junior college, NAIA, D1, 2, 3. They also host events for some additional junior college players to be recruited, to 4-year schools.
Swings through that one as Baltz earns his first strikeout of the day.
Now batting, number 50.
Baltz does rock the 3.95 GPA as the group of catchers come to hit for Team Black. This one will be Trevor Harmon. 6'2", 190, from Pleasanton, California. Takes ball 1 outside.
Our producer has created a link so that you can go to see all the schedules for the upcoming events. We're going to leave that up there for a second.
Another ball outside, 2-0. Balt seems to be working these righties to the outside section of the plate, the outer section. Stands from the middle of the rubber. Another ball misses the outside, 3-0. Seems like he's trying to get that outside corner, but just hasn't gotten either, what do you want to call it, the calls, or he hasn't had this location correct either. As that one is hit, and will drop into right field. Trying for second base. And he is safe. We have our first extra base hit of the night.
Let's go.
Now batting, number 60, Luka Vuljancic.
Who's up?
Who's up? I'm trying to see the number in color. Is number 60.
Luka Doncic.
Luka Vuljancic.
Oh.
Ruljanchich.
I thought that was a D, like the guy from the Mavericks is giving up. He's coming to baseball.
Not quite. Swings through strike 1.
Pretty close, though, is it not?
It actually is.
Really close.
Luka from Seattle, Washington.
He's not from Dallas?
No. I don't even think that guy is from Dallas.
Croatia?
Yes.
Is it Croatia? I don't know.
I don't know. I actually don't.
I like how much you just totally jumped in with me there.
Well, it just seemed like the country. I'm like, oh, you know, he must know.
I said it with confidence, so
Yes.
I gotcha. Perfect.
It's like, oh, this guy's from Finland. It's like, oh, he sounded confident. He sounded like he knows.
If he was from Finland, he'd be skiing, not playing baseball.
You don't want to stereotype people.
It's Finland, like Norway.
Swings through strike 2. Now, would you believe me, here in the top of the 4th inning, that was just the 3rd hit of the night we've seen?
It seems to be a pitching performance for the ages.
A collective pitching performance.
Right.
Counts now split, 2-2.
You know what's interesting is, as I'm looking at the lights, there's like some that are not on tonight.
Well, it's not too dark yet.
Okay. So you think they fire it up when it gets a little bit darker?
I guess that'll be a storyline to follow for us. But yes, I think that's what happens.
I'll share that with our viewers for a second.
That will be strike 3. His second strikeout of his appearance.
So I'm going to watch that row of lights to see if it comes on.
You know, you can watch multiple rows of lights because they'll have about half on.
They did have the IT room open, so maybe that has something to do with it?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Dude, IT rooms terrify me. It's like, how does this work?
They're really cold. I like it.
Taking ball 1 is Zach Gardner, infielder. You can tell by the color of his number.
We're huge baseball fans here at Sports Stream Media, so we invite you to join and follow us on Instagram. We got a lot of baseball content. Got a couple of dudes that are committed already as freshmen and sophomores, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Got cameras that follow around some of those guys. Team USA events. You know, there's some coverage from down in Mexico. Our producer went down to Mexico and got some coverage down there when the 15U team took gold. That's right, gold. That means they won.
As Benny and Baltz just finish up their mound meeting. Checks the runner at second. Strike 1, and as people would say, good mound visit. Just a reminder, these catchers and pitchers don't have a lot of familiarity with each other. They were kind of chosen. They didn't know this morning, right, whether or not they would be on the team.
Exactly. If they find out, I think at noon-ish. 1, maybe.
Count is now 3-1 for Gardner. Earns a walk, which seems to be a theme tonight.
Now batting.
You say it's a pitching matchup, or, you know, a pitching showcase, if you will, for the ages, but so far we have seen a lot of walks.
I mean, do you kind of want to maybe walk a guy if you're living around the plate instead of letting him hit a bomb off you?
Well, yeah, it looks better. Runner takes for third. Batter was strategically in the way.
Was there any interference? Did he move into the way? No?
I did not see any ruling from the ump.
So is it interference or is it obstruction?
I don't know. It was a strategically still placement
Okay. He didn't move, then that's fine.
from Oliver Hogan. Ball is way outside. Runner coming in at home. Ball bounces off the backstop. There will not be a play, but there will be a run. So the double from Noah Kimura comes around to score. Fouled back. Right off the glass. I have no idea how often they have to replace these panels.
No, these are unbreakable.
So they're like bulletproof? I wouldn't want to test maybe that theory, but
Plexi. Dual pane plexi?
maybe.
Shatterproof?
Count is now 3-1. Runner is at third. Fouled off to the right, back to that section where we've seen quite a few of them go in the first few innings. Score is now Team Black has 3, Team Gray has 1. Full count here on Oliver Hogan. Off speed. Hogan earns himself a walk.
All right, well, that takes us to the next of the half inning. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
In now pitching for Team Black is Jackson Tremper. Big righty, 6'2", 175 from Palos Verdes, California.
He goes to Palos Verdes, Palos Verdes High School. It's not Palos, although it could be Palos Verdes, California High School. It's the same high school
Yes.
as the city.
It's the same name one. It's kind of like saying VIN number. It's like we're repeating.
Right, that's not hard.
And catching will be number 43. We saw him catch the first inning, Gavin Mora.
Really quick, Jackson Tremper has a 4.2 GPA. We'll see how smart he is pitching.
That is ball one.
Just up. Not a bad pitch.
For another catcher, Lauren Binney. So we run through the catchers of the order here. 1-1 the count. Center fielder now shaded over to the left camera side. We've seen when there's a right-handed hitter that the center fielder kind of shades opposite. So that is fouled off. Mora was set up outside. That pitcher came inside. And if you are wondering, yes, that number is correct on Temper's jersey. That number is 104. Another outside pitch, 2-2.
That's fun.
He's the only one with 3 digits.
Right. He probably had to do that because, you know, they had to do it like a 6'2" guy. He couldn't be like a 5'8" guy and get 3 numbers, right?
Big guy gets big numbers. As that is chipped into center field for a single.
Good hard run. First rounded it hard.
Now batting.
Ball's in front of him, sees it. I love all of that. Hard line drive right up the middle.
And the bigger thing is, that's their first hit. That is the first hit from Team Gray. We have seen 7 walks on my count. That is their first hit. As they are down 3-1. Strike one for number 26, the third catcher of this rotation, Dylan Mendoza. Once again, center fielder shaded to the left. Inside, that appears to have gotten a piece of him. Give him a little time to collect himself. So there will be a pinch runner for Mendoza, who just got hit. Lauren Binney will advance to second, so there are now runners at first and second.
That's a new rule because that did not happen
Now running for 6.
last week, right?
No, it did not. The pinch runner is number 6, Zane Coggins. So the count is still 1-1. It's not like the at-bat resets. But there are now runners at first and second. Ball gets pulled outside, 2-1. That's not the first time we've seen that. Where Mora has flashed his glove inside. The pitch has ended up in the left-handed batter's box. Shortstop is pretty much in the pocket of the runner at second, acting as their shadow, as this is fouled off to the right side. Counts now 2-2. So now maybe you can help explain this, but I've been trying to kind of track where the center fielder has been standing, and it seems that, I don't know maybe if it's a rotation thing, if it's a different team philosophy, different managers have different beliefs, but so far we've seen the team black kind of shade it to, as this ball is thrown through, runners will advance to second and third on a wild pitch.
You know, it's also, and I have not been watching that. I don't think really the coaching is really moving them at all, but I will say that it could be based on the hitter, right? So right-handed hitter, they're going to favor more towards left field. Left-handed hitter, they're going to favor more towards right field. Oh, we're getting infield in.
First time we're seeing that.
Let's go.
As a walk is earned for Dylan Mendoza. So despite being hit, you continue the at-bat. He ends up at first anyway.
Aiden Mullins.
Bases loaded here in the bottom of the 4th inning. As in to hit now is first baseman Aiden Mullins. Fouls that one off to the left.
Getting some encouragement from the dugout.
Well, no, but what I was trying to say about the center field is some teams, they'll flip the center field on the opposite side where the hitter is. For instance, if they hit left, they will shade them more towards the opposite way, as it's now 1-1. But the other team seems to do the opposite of that. So I didn't know if it was a player preference thing or if it was a manager.
It's a player preference. He might have a better visual. There might be a better visual of the ball coming off the bat right there. You know, behind sometimes, you know, for instance, a fan could have a lot of white on, right? And so I need to move over a little bit to the left or right to get away from that white background from the hitter. So it really depends on what he's seeing and what he's comfortable with. There isn't much of a scouting report from coaches. Actually, there is not a scouting report from coaches on these players for a strategic play. You know, they're just trying to give some feedback to players on the game.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung through. The first strikeout
Now batting
for
number
Tremper.
1, Chris Cannon.
Now in is Chris Cannon, the infielder, number 1, not the catcher, number 1. The colors of the numbers are different. Blue says that he is an infielder.
We got some great feedback on the Fall Classics coming to social media, so we're going to put some of those up there. Fall Classic is off the foot.
Off the foot of the pitcher. Collected by the first baseman.
Ouch.
You could hear that one.
That hurts. Not very nice.
The third baseman to make that play was Ian Huang. And then the first baseman was Casey Robinson.
So they still got him out?
Still got him out.
Okay.
Guess that's one way to get a runner out. But one runner did score. It is now 3-2 in favor of Team Black.
Let's see if he's okay. Let him throw a pitch or two.
Well, this is a kind of different showcase that we don't normally get to see. You don't want to go down in a showcase, right? You're going to try to throw through this as almost if your life depends on it.
Yeah, you got to give it all. I mean, not only that, it's not cheap to play in this opportunity. You know, it's first of all, it's expensive to even rent this place. So a lot of the fees and all that go to being able to put on this event and host the way that the Fall Classic does. You know, some other things that people might not realize, and look, I've gotten to know Trevor and the Hides very well through this the last couple of years of streaming this event. But one of the things that people don't realize is they've got to order all the shirts and everything in like January. With the way things happen right now, in terms of being able to get product and materials and all of that, it's taking literally 6 months to get the shirts to come in. I know they ordered them in January and they came in just in the past couple weeks. That's the state that we live in right now with supply and supply chain issues around the world.
As A.J. Capizzi has worked his way into a 2-2 count. That far in advance, huh?
That far in advance right now. I can tell you.
Ball gets behind the catcher. Another run will score. We are tied at 3.
And that's not really on the catcher. That was a fastball spiked outside. He tried to get over, but it's tough. It's tough to block. Fastball spiked in the dirt outside. Your only shot is to glove it. You know, that ball's coming in at, say, 88, 89 miles an hour.
Count is full. Payoff pitch.
And gets the strike out.
Temper ends with 2 Ks for his appearance. And we will meet you at the top of the 5th.
First home or second, or refinancing, Academy Mortgage is the East Valley's go-to expert. Ready to serve you 24/7, Brandon Harwood and his team can help you with all your home mortgage needs. Conventional, FHA, VA, jumbo, down payment assistance, even an extra 1% grant towards closing costs for first responders. Academy Mortgage, friendly, professional, happy to serve. Mention this ad for a $500 credit towards appraisal or closing costs.
In now for Team Gray on the mound is number 96, Wyatt Halverson. He is 6'3", 210 pounds, from Scottsdale, Arizona, went to Chaparral High. Another Valley kid. Then catching for him this inning will be number 26, Dylan Mendoza, who's had a pretty good night himself. He's earned a walk. Now, Halverson did take a little while to get out of the dugout and on the mound, so will likely be allowed a few more warm-up pitches.
The catcher plays for GBG Navy 2023. He's from North Torrance High School, Torrance, California. Sporting a 3.7 GPA.
In now comes the lefty, or I should say the switch hitter, but he's been lefty the entire game.
Okay.
Ian Huang. Last plate appearance, he earned a walk, but was caught stealing. Outside, ball 1. Now, you see what I was saying about the center fielder earlier. Last inning, we saw him shaded over there with a righty in the box. This time, there's a lefty, and the center fielder is in the same area. Count is now 1-1. Score is tied, 3 apiece. Ball is high for 2-1. As Team Gray only has 1 hit, compared to Team Black's 3. A lot of walks tonight. Center of the rubber, down. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So that one is fouled off. Now, by my rough count, we have seen a ton of walks tonight. I have 12 between the two teams. So far we have only had 4 hits, 12 walks. It has been that kind of night. Ball is high, count is full.
And again, you're overthrowing. There's some things that you're doing that you're trying to impress. And let's face it, I mean, I haven't even read a tenth of the list off. And, you know, they see those, you know, some of those people in the stands that are there watching. You know, when you're a pitcher, it's real easy to see the radar guns up behind you, which means, hey, someone wants to see what I'm doing. I better let it eat. That means throw hard.
Yes.
Okay.
Full count. Swung through that one. A swinging strikeout for Halverson.
Now batting, number 24, Charles Lapp.
In comes one of the catchers for the black team, Charles Lapp. One of the representatives from California. Halverson fires a little too high, ball 1. So now I wanted to ask, now that we're almost halfway through here, remember we're going to play 10 innings. So that one's fouled back. Hits that screen again. Screen's fine, though.
Sorry, everyone. We had a little bit of technical difficulties with that graphic. And we were able to resolve it.
So for the rest of the game, what do you think can people see a difference in between the junior and the senior all-academic game?
I definitely see more velo from the pitching. There's a noticeable difference in that.
That was a pretty good off-speed pitch. 2-1.
From a game perspective, man, I feel like the junior game was going a little bit faster, don't you?
Well, there were a lot more hits. I thought the junior team had patient at-bats. This is really patient.
Right. You know, again, you know, especially these hitters are getting 3 at-bats, right? That's what you said?
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, you know, you don't want to, if you walk in one of them, you know, you really don't want to walk in the others.
That ball goes off the foot of the catcher, but no one on base.
And he was trying to slide over and block it. You know, it's a fastball in the dirt. again, I mean, look, these pitchers probably throw more strikes most of the time, but right now, when you see a radar gun up, they want to see velo. It's hard to teach velo. They can teach accuracy for the most part.
Full count. That was a fastball, and nobody will able to get to that foul ball. The at-bat continues. Players were gathered there over by the tarp. Kind of hard to believe we have that here in Peoria.
Hey, it rained on the way out, remember, last weekend?
Yes, it did.
And then we were playing in Surprise on Friday. So we were here Thursday, Surprise on Friday. And in the third inning, I think the game started at 3:30, third inning, it poured to where it flooded the infield at the Rangers facility.
Wow.
See, when you're missing outside like that, you're overthrowing. You're really kind of tightening up and letting her rip. And that's for a purpose of trying to, they're trying to get more velo to post a high number to maybe some of the scouts looking.
Well, in comes number 10, Donovan Johnson, who had one of the few hits earlier tonight, a single. That is strike one. But yeah, I think that goes to your point, too, of it feeling longer, is that the at-bats are longer. I cannot think of one at-bat that I have seen tonight where the hitter has gone and swung 3 straight times.
Right. We might have a runner. No. I feel like he's timing it up, trying to figure out what the pitcher's delivery like, see if he can pick up on a pattern where he can get a jump and go.
Well, one thing that seems to have coincided with those walks to first have been the stealing attempts at second. Seem to have gone hand in hand.
I got him zoomed in a little bit, so we're ready for him to go and switch cameras if he does.
Showing off your setup.
Let's go.
Checks the runner at first. Runner will go. Throw, one hop.
He's out.
He is ruled
What?
safe.
Was he out?
He is ruled safe.
Okay, hey, this is a great one. So we had a close-up on that, right? So, look, you the audience at home, tell us what you think. Was he out or was he safe?
And that was a catcher.
Catchers they could be fast.
Yes. That is a strikeout. Wyatt's second one. But I know you were talking last game about how there is normally a pinch runner for catchers. We just saw one steal a base.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, they said the ball came out. See, we're up in the press box and the AC with the refrigerators, and the ball came out. I couldn't see it.
One of the disadvantages of being a little high.
I'll take it because we're inside.
Yes. We aren't going to get hit in the face with a foul ball.
You haven't seen my reflexes. That ain't happening anyways. I'm like a cat. I'm a ninja.
Okay, a foul ball isn't going to hit the equipment inside here.
Okay, there you go. Perfect. I like that. Oh, we got a runner.
Takes off at third. And he will steal third. How about that? Catcher earning a walk, gets 2 stolen bases.
They did say the throw beat him, and you guys are right. Safe.
This is Felipe de Alba, who's worked himself into a 2-1 count.
Ground ball, playable.
Puts it into first. But we'll get that runner to cross home plate. So de Alba does get the RBI.
Now batting, number 29, Felipe de Alba.
Felipe de Alba.
My mistake, I actually read ahead.
Okay.
This is actually Felipe de Alba.
So he's from Pico Rivera, El Rancho High School. 3.7 GPA.
And now Team Black leads Gray 4-3. Swings through that one for strike one.
Good outside fastball. Let's talk baseball movies. What's your favorite? Actually, audience, what is your favorite baseball movie? What's yours?
Me?
Yeah.
I have a controversial take about The Natural.
Okay.
I thought it was just okay.
Okay.
I don't see what's so special about it. There is 3-1. What about you? What about you?
You know, I became a self-taught baseball field maintenance expert, and so I was foul straight back. I'm a Field of Dreams guy.
Okay.
Just because I like the idea of building that field out of nothing.
Okay.
So it might have changed. It might have been Major League back because as I was a kid that came out, and I mean, who doesn't love Ricky Vaughn? I mean, that dude threw cheese, all wild, and threw at heads and then threw strikes, and
Ball is outside. It will be a walk, but that will end the inning.
yeah, that's how it goes. So with that, we'll go ahead and we'll be right back. We won't get that graphic stuck again. I promise.
Brooks Lane.
Now on the mound for Team Black is Brooks Lang, number 46. He's a righty, 5'11", 170 from La Jolla, California. It's either pronounced Hoya or Joya. I don't know what part of California it is. I know there's a very high Spanish population.
La Jolla is just north of San Diego. It's a beautiful area.
Most of California is.
Yeah, La Jolla's got some great real estate right on the cliffs there, next to Pebble Beach, actually.
You're acting like you've sold some real estate there.
I have not. I just have San Diego at one point was like a second home to me.
Catching will be Trevor Harmon for Team Black, who currently has a 4-3 lead.
Strike one.
That'll be strike one. In currently at the plate is Lauren Binney. That'll be low. Who we have seen hit a single tonight. Hits have been kind of rare. Only 4 between the two teams. A lot of walks, though, and a lot of stealing attempts. Swings through strike two. Sets up on the right side of the rubber. Delivers outside. Lang seems to be working at a quicker pace.
Yeah, and again, he is, with that ball going to that side of the plate, that was a good off-speed pitch right there.
And gets the called strike three. Well, one thing we saw with the junior game that we haven't seen so far, once again hearkening back to the patient at-bats, we have yet to see a pitcher get 3 strikeouts in 5 tries. Last week we saw one get 4, we saw one get 3. There was, I believe, one at the end of the game in the 10th inning, but he got the extra batter, so kind of throw an asterisk. As Colin Brown gets a single past the infield.
Up the middle.
Brown has been on base quite a bit tonight, earning a walk and now a single to his resume.
Now batting. Number
In
3,
comes Peyton Dupree, the outfielder. You can tell by that green color. He has walked and stolen a bag tonight. And stolen bags have been common along with those walks.
You got to show it off.
Looks like there will be a pinch runner. The runner will be Lauren Binney.
Number 12, Kai Laxa.
Actually, my bad. When I said about the dark blue and black, it will not be Binney. It will be Kai Laxa. Colors at night.
That was a hit by pitch. So the runner's advancing to second, and they're bringing another runner out to first. Maybe? Here he comes.
But the at-bat does not reset. It is
No.
still 1-0.
Correct. Green 52 is going out to run.
That'll be Ryan Strickland. So you have 2 runners currently at first and second base who did not earn their way on there. They were both pinch. Gets the call outside, 1-1. Dupree crowding that inside of the plate.
Oh,
Throws outside.
hesitated, but the ball gets by. Back up from left field. Keeps him from going home. He hung up. I mean, a good throw gets him. He's out.
Yeah, there was quite a bit of hesitation there. The runners do advance to second and third.
But one of the things that happens is when you're going to throw, you have a rhythm. And when the ball comes out of the glove, the arm comes out and throws. And when you delay like that, so the runner kind of going back and forth, you delay like that, your timing gets off as you throwing the ball. So when he's going to throw, then he rushes it because the runner's now going full speed. It's harder to be accurate in that situation where you really have to gather, get your feet right, get your timing down from the upper half and the lower half of the body, and he rushed it, which is why that throw happened like that.
Because we've seen in the warm-ups before this game started, like that's a routine play that they throw 5 times. As there's a strikeout for Lang.
Now batting.
So despite the hit by pitch, you can get hit
Trevor
and strike out
Lopez.
in the same at-bat. Welcome to the showcase. In comes 42, Trevor Laprez. Wide stance there as he looks at strike 1. Now with runners at second and third, it's interesting watching the infielders. I more so see the reflection of their shades on the top of their hats.
You got to go full drip. I mean, that's what baseball players are about, the drip.
I've seen just a lot more brightly colored socks, the mismatched yet matching shoes.
Yeah, you got to do something there. Those guys are trying to stand out and let some of their personality fly a little bit.
Fouled away, 0-2 still. So you're saying part of the showcase is the style?
It's always a style in baseball.
Always?
It's 2022, Eric. If you ain't got the drip, I mean, that's what the kids are looking for today.
But,
Like
recruiters, do they look for drip?
You got guys, no, they don't. But they do look to see how you look in your uniform.
Okay.
If you look sloppy and they That's a strike against you, and I'm not talking at the plate.
Yeah, like that was well timed. Well done.
So that is the third out, and you're seeing the runners going off of the field now because that's the third out, but not the fifth hitter. So clear the bases, take the green number 43, and this is the fifth batter. You know how I can tell, even though I lost count?
How?
There's nobody in the on deck circle.
Ball is high. And just how I said how we hadn't seen a pitcher with 3 strikeouts, guess how many Brooks Lang just got?
3?
3.
Oh, man, I'm good. I am good. That's a base hit up the middle.
And Reed Montgomery will earn himself a single.
Good turn at first base.
His second time on base.
And congratulations on your hit. Now go to the dugout and get your glove.
Ah, the showcase.
We'll be right back, everyone.
On the mound for Team Gray will be Ricardo Ojeda, number 9. He's a lefty, 5'11", 160. From Valencia, California. More California representation. Feels like half the roster is. And then catching will be Colin Brown. Also from California. Sherman Oaks. That throw kind of sailed on the infield. Just watching warm-ups here. Chris Cannon kind of misplayed a hop there. Was number 1 to number 1 for Team Gray, who is currently down 4-3 against Team Black. And stepping in for Team Black is Seth Hollick, who has a single and 2 stolen bases. That was inside, ball 1.
Not going to get through? Nope.
Infield tapper.
Oh, he's fast.
He beat that out.
That guy is speed.
Now batting, number 22.
Let's see what that speed can do. That is his second single of the night, the only player to get 2 hits so far. And the last time he was on board, he stole 2 bases.
Okay. I mean, he's quick.
That surprised you.
I mean, first gear was all right, but second through fifth was... Burp, burp.
Just a little too high. Now comes Parker Sobasiak, who earned a walk.
All right, we're zoomed in on second again.
Pitch inside 2-0.
If he goes, we got you.
I'm willing to bet that he does. There he goes. He is in for his third stolen base of the night.
He went on first move. The pitcher had to deliver to first, and he was not doing anything but going to second.
Seth Hollick. 3 stolen bases.
We appreciate our cameraman for getting you that shot.
Count is now 3-0. So the fact that we pointed out Seth Hollick, some of these, like, recruiters have to take note, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, he hit a chopper up the middle and beat it out by probably 2 steps. When he was trying out today, they do 60 times. I don't know what that 60 time was. We don't have any of that information. But I can tell you from a running perspective, he got down that line fast. There was no chance of getting him at second base on that pickoff. And we're probably going to see him steal third, right? So
what you're saying is we don't have the 60 times, but there aren't many better 60 times on this field than his.
He looked fast. I mean, there's definitely a visual difference.
Counts now 1-1 on Justin Dunn, who's had a single and a stolen base in his first plate appearance. Runners at first and second. Swung through strike 2.
Now, I'm watching the leg kick right now. I'm seeing if the guy on second is going to try and take advantage of that at all. Well,
this is
nice
golfed
hard
into
line
left
drive.
field. Will turn at third, heading home. Play at the plate. Out. Runners advance to second and third.
Good play, good throw, good hit, good base running. Look, you're going all the way there. It's going to take a throw right around the plate in order to get it. You got to take the chance there. And
like you've preached in the showcase, be aggressive. There is a chance to score a run.
And it's not just about the run, right? It's about showing how you round. It's about showing how you come through.
As Gavin Mora swings through strike 1. Runners now at second and third for Ricardo Ojeda of Team Gray. Ball is high, count even at 1 apiece. Infield is in for Team Gray, something we've seen only one other time. Just a bit outside. Now 2-1. So we were talking about the lack of hits, and I think in the last 2 innings we've seen the amount almost double.
Yeah, as you get a little bit further down here, you might have walked your first time showing plate discipline. Maybe that's your first at bat. As a hitter, you're going up there going, okay, I'm going to show plate discipline. Okay, they know I've got plate discipline. Now I got to find something. Maybe I go the other way. Maybe I move a runner over if I have that opportunity. Maybe that's the next step. And then maybe the last one, you're just trying to come out of your shoes and show what kind of pop you have off the bat.
Full count here. This one is hit into right field. Foul territory. Will not get there. It will bounce into fair territory. Runners advance. 1 will score. Second one rounding, play at the plate will not be in time. 2 runners score. Mora with a 2 RBI double.
Now batting, number 42, Casey Robinson.
In here at the top of the 6th. Runner at second. Swung on. Gets by the infielder. That was Casey Robinson now with the RBI. Back-to-back hits. It is now 6-3 in favor of Team Black.
And we're making a switch. So that means we'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. There's something I want you to take notice of. I love this. If you're a young guy watching, take a look at this. If we see the hitters, there's 4 guys out there. They've all been working on their load on the pitcher. Take a look at them. You can see them. Every single one of them is working on their load going up. These at-bats matter. They're important to these guys.
Now in on the mound for Team Black is Peter Lynch, number 51, always a good number to have, who is 6'1", 168, from Calabasas, California.
Calabasas.
From Cali.
I wonder if he knows Kim Kardashian.
Not everybody who's from there knows the famous person. As that pitch is outside.
I thought they're the only people that live in Calabasas.
I don't know. They haven't bought it yet.
Does Kanye still live in Calabasas?
I don't know. You are asking the wrong person about, like, celebrity information. In to hit is Christian Roncal, number 47.
Wait, do you know who Kanye is?
Yes, he's a rapper. I know who. You ever see, like, the post where it's like everything I know about the Kardashians I've learned against my will? That is who I am.
I've never seen that post.
Okay, fair enough. Ball knocks off the glove. The glove of Charles Lapp, who walked and had 2 stolen bases the last time he was at the plate. Catchers can run too. Counts 3-1. And that will be a walk.
Look at him run hard down the base path. I love it.
Roncal sprints to first.
Oh, look, he's trying. That's what you have to do. Like, that's what these guys are looking for. They don't want to see you. If you're going to walk because you don't get a pitch to hit, you better do something that causes someone to say, you know, I like that kid. Jogging down there does you no good.
But running did get some cheers from the dugout.
This is Green 52. Did you already announce him?
No, his name is Ryan Strickland. I believe last time he was up, we played the game with the Ryans.
Okay. He goes to J. Sarah Catholic out of Mission Viejo, 3.85. So he's closer to the ocean than Calabasas. It's nice there. Ball in the dirt. Great block by the catcher. Fantastic.
Count is now 1 apiece. My California geography, I'm kind of ashamed as an Arizonan to just know pretty much nothing about California geography. I'm like, I know Anaheim, I know it's close to Los Angeles, and I know San Diego is south. That's about it. Ball is high, 2-1.
We'll have to go over that later.
And I just assume if it has a name of beach, like Newport Beach, I'm like, okay, you're on the coast. I just assume if there is any beach name that is in the center of California, I will get it wrong. Called strike 2. Counts now even at 2 apiece. So we were talking a little bit about baseball player drip, if you will. Is there any sort of strategy to keeping the shades on? Because a lot of them keep them on top of their hats, but it's not like the sun's going to come out of nowhere. It's gone for the day.
It's drip, man. I got nothing for you except for it. You know, baseball players are also superstitious, right?
Yes.
So if it doesn't feel the same for whatever they do, then something is wrong. So if they're used to playing with their sunglasses or having them on their hat or whatever, is it drippy? I guess that, you know, maybe some 100% or some Oakleys, but it also is just kind of a feel.
Count is now full for Strickland. He will earn another trip to first.
And see, he's just jogging down there, and what do they remember? The guy that ran hard. I'm not saying he's doing anything wrong. Not picking on the guy. He did good enough to make this game, so I'm just using an example.
In now is another outfielder, Justin Blancafor. He has a walk already on the night. Swinging for strike one. That might be the aggressiveness and the more at-bats that you brought up. You know, he's already got that walk for the night. You already made your way on base.
Anything close, you got to get after it. Anything close.
Ball is high.
That was not close.
No.
Runners on first and second.
Ball gets away. Ball gets away. Runners will advance. Now, would you... That's a pass ball, right? He had it between his legs, smothered by the glove, and it just eked out.
It just got through. Yeah, he's working hard, sliding over. That ball's breaking pretty hard into the opposite batter's box. So it's not like he's just going down to block. He's got to slide over.
Count 2 and run. Runners at second and third. Lifts this one into right field. Right fielder gets spun around. Still digging for it.
That
One
ball's
will
out
score.
the fence.
2 will score. We have a triple. The $2 bill of baseball scores. We have a triple.
I like it.
Now, mind you, this park is huge. It's 240 down the
No,
foul pole
that's
lines. 340.
340.
Oh, it's my bad. 340 down both poles, and then 410 to center. This is not a small park.
Well, and a lot of balls have been kind of falling in, dropping in, shallow. So it's not like he was playing back on him.
Infield now drawn in.
That one's foul.
Near that tarp. This is Lauren Binney, who already has a single tonight. We've seen quite a few more hits as the night has gone on. Good take. 1-1. The score is now 6-5, still in favor of Black, but Gray getting 2 so far in this inning, with a runner at third. Thanks to Blancafor's triple. Ball gets away, but not far enough.
Catcher did a good job. Again, I mean, those breaking balls are breaking down in the dirt, away from the plate in the opposite batter's box, and he's anticipating it, doing a good job keeping in front.
Swings through strike 2. Count now even at 2 apiece, but I was just about to bring up, we hadn't seen a ball even go to the warning track tonight. We saw a few in the junior game. We saw one bounce over the fence for a ground rule double, but but hey, that hit is something we also didn't see. Triple. That is strike 3 for Peter Lynch.
Now batting, number 68, Hudson Story.
In comes Hudson Story, one of the first basemen platooning, who has earned a walk.
This is the 5th batter of the inning.
Correct.
Infield is still playing in because they have no idea how many outs or hitters have been there.
Well, do you...
There they go. There you go.
Okay.
See? Third baseman didn't get the memo.
Well, third baseman still has to hold the runner.
He's not going anywhere. He's not holding him right now. He forgot that he's working on his pre-pitch step.
So as you like to say, a walk really does nothing here. The count now sits at 2-1.
I don't think I'd want to be the 5th hitter.
Ever?
No, because the pitcher...
He puts that through the infield. That will score a run. Hudson Story, an RBI single, and a walk for his night so far. That will end the bottom of the 6th inning.
And we'll be right back.
With a score tied 6-6. Now pitching for Team Gray is number 31, Jake Fields. He's a tall righty, 6'4", 185 pounds, from Danville, California. Catching him will be number 12, Lauren Binney, who's had a single on the night. And now in comes number 47, Noah Kimura, who's from Kirkland, Washington.
That's up by Lake Washington.
As he throws that to the backstop for ball one. How do you know where everything is?
I've been around the country. Yeah. My brother actually got married in Kirkwood, believe it or not.
Fouls off strike two.
And it's on Lake Washington.
I'm sorry.
Lake Washington's right there.
Counts 1-1. My apologies.
I think Kirkwood, Washington is also on Lake Washington right there. That's where that Bill Gates guy lives.
That guy.
That guy. That guy.
Count now 2-1.
I can say that guy because we're running all iOS software now pretty much everywhere.
Okay. You're not giving any PC love?
I do. I use a PC at home, actually.
Okay.
And I got off the laptop. I am a super charged gaming computer for work.
Okay. Gaming computer for work.
Because I need it to render graphics fast. I hate waiting.
Full count earns a walk for Kimura.
Now batting, number 49.
Now is Dylan Kraus, number 49, infielder, from Fountain Valley, California. I swear, like, the last 6 guys have said where they're from, like 6 or 7, just California.
Oh, Cali?
It's only the state where the most amount of people live.
Yeah.
And we're kind of right next to it. That is strike one. Now, you were saying how you wouldn't want to be the 5th batter of the inning.
Yeah, because the pitcher might be trying to pitch around me, not give me anything to barrel up.
Runner takes off for second. Throw is high. Not in time. Kimura gets a stolen base to go with that walk. Count is 2-1. Runner is now on second. But I thought Mr. I want to see a homer guy would like it if there were some people on base. That way, if you launch one deep, kind of counts for more.
Yeah, but again, the pitcher can throw around you because in this situation, we're going to...
Runner gets checked, but the ball gets thrown away, but not far enough.
So, you're going to pitch around him. I mean, if you've got 3 guys on, let's just say 1, 2, or 3 guys on, the last thing I think the last thing you want to do is give up a shot, right? So if anything, you're going to pitch around because it's the last batter regardless. So the only real damage they could do would be a bomb. A single doesn't hurt you. A rollover doesn't hurt you, obviously. Does a walk really hurt you? Maybe try and just gas one in at, 94 or something.
Count is 3-1. Ball is low, consecutive walks. Earned against Jake Fields.
So now we got runners on first and second.
Now batting, number 91.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to bat fifth.
In comes 91, Cal Whipth. And I am starting to run out of space to write down who has gotten so many walks. And he gets hit. Whipth takes one off the shoulder there. That'll count as ball 1, but with an added base runner. So bases are now loaded. Whipth's at-bat continues. Making sure he's okay.
Now running at first, number 30, Justin Dunn.
Justin Dunn will take place as the pinch runner, or almost a ghost runner, at first, who already has a stolen base on the night. Bit of a delay here, making sure everybody's where they're supposed to be. Off the right side of the rubber. Ball is outside, 2-0. Center fielder shaded towards the pull side. Ball is low, 3-0. Every infielder besides the second baseman seems to have a base runner, almost acting as their shadow. 3-0 pitch. That'll be the 3-0 strike. Game is tied 6-6. Bases loaded, 3-0. 3-1. Strung through, and now it will be a full count. Here's the delivery. Walked him in. So Cal Whipth gets hit
Now
and earns a walk
number 50,
and an RBI.
Harmon.
As Team Black will now take the lead, 7-6. Ball is outside. In to hit now is Trevor Harmon, one of the catching trio for Team Black, who has a double tonight. Ball's a little high. Counts even at 1-1. Bases still loaded for Team Black. Fields working from our right side of the rubber. Count now 2-1. So if you had any wagers at home about what the second row of lights would do, just know that they are off. That has swung through at 2-2. So far you have been correct about that. The second row of lights have not turned on, despite the fact that we are further into the night. So congratulations, Michael. You win that imaginary non-monetary bet.
Yes. Win, 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 win. I hate losing.
Full count delivery.
Oh,
This is
yeah,
swung
yeah,
on. Center fielder is able to get that.
Oh, great job. We're going to have a play at third.
And it is thrown through. One runner has scored. Runners are now on second and third.
That was a shot, and what an awesome jump by the center fielder. You got to say who's out there. I mean, that guy got on it. You thought for sure that was going to the wall.
Yeah. I thought potentially an inside the park home run. If it goes off the glove and rolls to that 410.
He was fast, though, to it, but, man, he covered ground. That was an excellent read, jump, and sprint to the ball to catch it over his shoulder. And look, for the last hitter, who was the last hitter?
Last hitter, I believe, was, I want to say it was like...
Was it Trevor Harmon?
Trevor Harmon, yes.
So
50.
Trevor, I mean, it's great for Trevor, too. They just saw him barrel up a ball, and it carry way out there.
That's one of the best struck balls we've seen tonight.
The best one. That is the hardest hit ball we've seen so far tonight. And, you know, even better than the one that went to the right field wall. Center fielder made just an amazing play. And there's another one. That one might not be playable. It is not. So we're talking about shots to the left center fielder.
One will score.
We're
Two will score.
On the
Play
double
third.
cut, and the throw was spiked. Otherwise, on the double cut, would have been out at third. Two big shots. The center fielder couldn't play that one.
Luka Roljancic with that triple.
Great hit by the Dallas Maverick. Just kidding.
Score is now 10-6.
Is that Blue Sox? I think that's green number 1. Is green number 1 an outfielder on Team Gray?
On Team Gray, yes.
Justin
Blancafor.
Blancafor, okay. John Paul II High School out of Plano, Texas, 3.7 GPA. Justin was the one with that great snag out in center.
He's also got a triple to his own name, along with a walk.
Ooh, he's having a night. He is having a night. So we're going to stick with you through this break because I know how much you love hearing from us.
There has now been scoring in 6 of the last 7 half innings.
Yeah, this is now a football score.
Believe the score of the juniors game was 5-3.
We got a touchdown and a field goal and 2 field goals.
Nice.
Okay.
As we enter the bottom of the 7th here.
Yeah, so, all right, so who do we have pitching now?
Trying to figure that out as I'm rotating through my sheets.
Team Black's on. I think this is
Joseph Rico, I believe.
Joseph Rico, right. Redwood High School, Visalia, California. So he's Northern California. He's a 4.13 GPA, 6 foot, 195.
Then catching him will be Gavin Mora, who has a double on the night. Then at first base, trading off, will be the guy who just hit the triple, Luka Roljancic. I hope I'm saying that. I hope I'm getting close.
Luka Doncic?
No.
Oh. Okay, who's coming up to bat?
Well, just looking at how things are positioned, I would say my money would be on number 30, Zach Kavanaugh.
Oh, and we have some info from Leanne on Zach. He's from British Columbia, eh?
How many? That's like the 3rd time tonight.
I'm not going to stop that joke. I'm just going to keep it going. He made the Junior Academic Classic last year, and he's got a 4.0 GPA from Yale High School. And they like him off the field as well.
Who said this?
Leanne.
Leanne.
Dombrowski. You know Leanne.
I don't.
Leanne watches all of our stuff. Leanne, you better subscribe now. I put your stuff up, and I've given you some, like 17 shout-outs in 5 seconds.
Kavanaugh swings through that.
Better smash that subscribe button.
Oh, gosh.
That's what the kids say. right?
They used to. We kind of meme it now. Kavanaugh has already worked himself a walk. Might be part of that aggressive swing. Fouled that one back, 1-2.
See, he's not here to walk.
Not this time.
Leanne, he's here to hit a bomb. I mean, you don't come down from Canada to walk.
That's an awfully far walk.
Yeah, especially if the pitches aren't. Just up. Just up on that one.
Barely. 2-2.
So Leanne has confirmed she is a 5-star fan of Sports Stream Media. She liked our page and told 7 other people to do it too.
Okay.
Good
Goes
swing.
into the netting.
Good swing. Another foul. I like it.
I like
This,
it.
this is the no walk zone.
Is that what you name the 7th inning and beyond?
That is the 7th inning and beyond. No walk zone.
We are currently in the bottom of the 7th as Black leads Gray 10-6.
See?
More fouling.
Hack, 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 hack. Attack. And eat a Big Mac. I mentioned Kanye, right?
Yeah, you did. It's other rhymes you lack.
Get off my back.
Third time that it's fouled in generally the same location. Does that tell you anything if you're a pitcher? That a guy has fouled in the pretty much exact same location 3 straight times?
Not necessarily. It tells me he's seeing the ball, though. I'd go dirt. Change up.
Count is 2-2. He went high, not dirt. Full count.
I'm swinging no matter what.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Ball bounces 10 feet in front of you.
I am loading and just, I'm swinging. I am swinging. This is the no walk zone.
Strikes out.
Leanne, will you tell him he should have swung for me?
Tyler Ball.
It's okay. He had a good at bat. I mean, that's a QAB in the book, but it's the 7th inning, no walk zone. You got to just daddy hack that last one.
Something we just made up now. Here comes Kaylor Beckman, infielder number 23. Ball's inside. 1-0. So I think the closest thing we might get to a home run between these two games is that center field triple. You satisfied with that?
No.
Hit into the infield. Collected by the second baseman.
You see that backup with the catcher?
Mm-hmm.
Backup catcher's working hard, working down the line.
Zane Coggins.
Ball was collected by Dylan Kraus of Team Black. Now in to hit is Zane Coggins, who, like many players tonight, have also earned a walk. Swings at that one. Collectively, now this is not an official count. I have no one to confirm this with, but I have 10 walks for Team Gray.
I'm going to go with your word on it. It's a big swing.
Counts now 0-2.
I'm going with your word because I haven't been tallying them up like you have. So you're doing a good job over there.
Thanks. Ball's just outside. 1-2. So they've gotten on base. They just haven't done the amount of damage that Team Black has done. They are out hitting them 7-5 and lead them in the scoring 10-6. Ball is fouled back.
That's over us.
It's probably onto the concourse area,
Yep.
which shouldn't be too busy at this time.
Actually, it's covered right there, right? Yeah,
It might be, yeah.
it's covered. It's safe.
Nobody was hurt, we believe.
Yep.
Counts now split at 2-2.
I think it's time to say some more.
Oh, you're going to read off your list? Are you on the D's yet?
No.
High pitch. Full count. Infield playing far. Outfield playing in.
I'm just going to pick some random spot to start. MSU Billings. That's Montana. Another foul ball. Oregon State, Northwestern, Northern Kentucky University, Paradise Valley Community College, Pepperdine. You ever been? You don't know California, so no. Pepperdine is amazing. Like my recruiting trip, if I was like Pepperdine, would just be like, go out the front door and look at the Pacific Ocean because it's beautiful.
It sounds
It's
like
right
a
there.
restaurant.
It's right there. Right there. And I'm not that I'm not giving other college. I went to Arizona State University, so I'm not ignoring Arizona on purpose. But Pepperdine, man, Pepperdine, yes.
Now batting.
As Coggins earns his second walk of the night, bringing the team's total to an unofficial count of 11.
Phoenix College is here. Coach Scott Schneider is a pitching coach over there. Good guy, also with the Brewers. Pima Community College. Did I say Pepperdine?
Yes, you did.
Pepperdine is here with the ocean, with the beautiful ocean right there near Malibu.
Ball is high for Dylan Mendoza. He
Could
has also earned a walk.
Could Pepperdine recruit me just to come hang out?
I don't know.
Okay.
You've said their name like 8 times in the last 2 minutes.
They better pay up. Point Loma, Nazarene. Okay, Point Loma's pretty good too. I mean, that's San Diego. Sacramento State, Salt Lake Community College, San Diego State. That's another great place. Runner's in
takes
motion
off.
and comes out of the glove of the catcher. San Diego State's here. There's a lot of great places to go. What else we got?
Are you judging based on program or proximity to stuff?
Yeah, proximity. Like, look, I can't play anymore. I'm looking for where would be a great place to visit.
Oh, so this is just personal preference of where would I want to go.
Yeah, I can't say that one program is better than another.
Opt up. This one will be playable.
And he drops it. Scottsdale Community College. Obviously, we have all of the community college JUCOs around here. San Jose State, Santa Clara University, Seattle University. Jumping around. South Mountains here. That's a great JUCO program. UC Irvine, UC San Diego, UC Santa Barbara, UC baseball players. You see what I did there?
Yes.
Okay.
Count is now 2-2.
University of Hawaii at Hilo. University of Dallas, UCLA. A lot of Power 5 schools here.
I heard, is there just like every college from California here?
Well, I mean, it's pretty close. It's a bomb. It's way back.
No, it's foul.
That's a home run foul.
No, it's not.
That went out. It's foul, but it cleared the fence. It's onto the gray thingamajig, concrete over there.
You can't combine something that actually scores with something that doesn't, and it's just regular and routine in the game.
I'm going to take a foul bomb at this point because I'm not getting, I got those other two out there.
Ball's in the dirt. Runner advances to third. Safely.
UNLV, USC, Utah, Utah Tech, Utah Valley, Washington, Washington State, Webster, Yale. Do you know why Yale's here?
Maybe because of all the high GPAs.
That's good. Fouled that one off.
Count is full.
And I didn't name all of them, everyone. But this is a great turnout. We got Kansas, John Hopkins. If you want to be a doctor, a baseball player doctor, yeah? This
Another
is good at
foul
bat.
ball.
Yeah, good at bat. Florida's here. Did I say Florida before?
No, you didn't.
Florida. Also, thoughts and prayers to the people of Florida.
I was about to say, I'm like, I think they're glad they're here.
Yeah, that storm. I've been to Captiva where it kind of really came on, that Pine Island area, and it obliterated it. Fort Myers, a beautiful part of the state, and a ton of damage there. Vacationed a few times in Captiva, and so definitely thoughts and prayers with those people there.
Now batting.
Mendoza earns his second trip to first of the night via walk. Runners now at first and third. Now at the plate, he's Aiden Mowens.
So here's what I'm doing. If the runner does go into motion, sometimes it happens first and third, I'm throwing, because I don't care if they score a run. If I'm the catcher, I need to show them I can throw outs. You really don't have a cut play when you throw a team together like this. You don't have a first and third defense, per se.
But if you're the pitcher, you don't want anyone to score.
Well, I get it. Call that foul. I'd tag that guy with a new ball, even though it's a dead ball.
Counts 0-2.
Yeah, so like I said, as a catcher, what are you looking at as a coach? A, blocking, how do they receive the ball, and how do they throw dudes out? A coach can instill the first and third defense, but you got to have a guy with an arm behind the plate.
Gets strike three, and that will end the bottom of the seventh.
So that's that, and we'll be right back.
Now pitching for Team Gray is Liam Kevill, number 41, who is 6'1", 190, from Walnut Creek. I know that one's in California. Has a 4.3 GPA. And catching will be Dylan Mendoza, who has earned himself 2 walks. And Kevill does play for your favorite team name to say. We have another one.
Zoot Suit?
Yep.
All right.
The Riot. As he takes a few more warm-up pitches. We did have our consecutive half innings scored in streak snapped last inning as Team Black leads Team Gray 10-6. It's so weird. Baseball is considered a team sport, but here the score really doesn't matter. It's all about individual performance here in the 2022 Senior All-Academic Showcase game. And at the plate, here is Zach Gardner, who, like many tonight, Earned himself a walk.
37, Zach Gardner.
Swung through that one. 0-1. Here in the top of the 8th inning. Ball's outside, count even at 1 apiece. Second baseman kind of running in the infield a little bit. Cavill wants to throw something else. He throws a strike.
That was a good pitch.
That ball was outside. Now the count's split at 2 apiece. Temp's cooling off a little bit. It's not quite the 97 that we started with. It's not exactly sweater weather, kind of fall.
Right?
But a little bit more comfortable for people wearing long pants.
Is this Liam pitching now?
Yes,
Okay.
as Mendoza and Cavill now get together. Well, Cavill changed the pitch last time, and it seemed to work out for him.
He's got a little bit of love on the chat, so we put that up there.
Spikes that one in the ground.
That hit catcher's leg. That did go off a shin guard.
Count is now full. Defense playing straight up. Center fielder shaded to right field a little bit. Ball is down. And Gardner earns himself another walk.
He's had a fastball run up to 90. Again, you know, velo 90, 91, you know, you want to showcase that a little bit, especially early. I'd like to see him kind of attack this. Try and get an out in 1 or 2 pitches. Get the hitter to miss something here. Get a double play ball.
Gets called strike 1. In as the hitter is Oliver Hogan. And then, stop me if you've heard this before, he's earned a walk earlier tonight.
You are wearing out the pitchers on walks. I like it. We call it how it is here. That's a good pitch, trying to get him to miss. He almost offered at it.
I know, but it's just one of the things about the showcase format is that you can't wear down a pitcher through 5 batters.
I know. Oh, yeah. He was going to steal on that one, ended up stopping. So we're going to get our steal cam ready, our tag cam, our second base cam.
Have any other nicknames for it?
Oh,
He will go.
He went early. He's not even close. That's called a big jump cam.
Runner is now safely at second base.
He got a great jump on that.
So we've seen a lot of attempted steals, but I guess if you want to show recruiters something, that's really all you can do when pretty much both of these teams have been earning a lot of walks. So that one is fouled off to the right side.
Fastball low and away. He's able to get a piece on it. Takes a foul.
Full count here. Runner on second. Shortstop shadowing him. Gets the strikeout.
Yeah, low and away fastball.
Now
Got him to chase.
Number 43, Ian Huang.
Now comes in Ian Huang, who has earned a walk, and he was caught stealing earlier in the game.
Okay. I think we have a shout out for Ian up here.
Ian gets into this one,
He
and it
got
bounces
hit.
over the infielder's head. Huang will stop at first. A run will score.
RBI single.
for Huang. That makes the score 11-6 in favor of Team Black.
Now batting, number 10, Donovan Johnson.
Now here comes Donovan Johnson, player who has a hit tonight. He had a single his last appearance. Throw over to first from Kevel.
So is Ian fast? What do we think?
He was caught stealing earlier tonight, but at the same time, he will run. I don't know if you want to risk having 2 caught steals on your line for the night.
But it's better showing that you can make it successful. That's the gamble you got to take, right?
Ball was
play
hit
ball.
through the pitcher. Rolls 2.
Able to get a double play ball, get out of that.
I believe that's the first double play we've seen turned all night.
It is the first double play we've seen turned all night.
Here in the top of the 8th inning.
Good job by Liam to get out of that.
Now batting, number 25.
Well, he kind of had to get out of the way of it.
Travis Ujimori.
So he had to jump over that.
Yeah, it works both ways how I said it, right? I didn't mean it that way, but yeah, good pickup. Ow.
Ball will roll away.
That noise you heard was the catcher's arm.
I take it that's not a good thing that we heard.
No, it's not going to feel very good.
And now is Travis Ujimori, who had the one play where he ended up being safe at first, off of a hit, but it wasn't a hit because of how it was played by the infield. Swings through that one. Counts even now at 1 apiece. Yeah, I'm sure he'd like to talk to the scorers, hey, put the hit back on. Not everybody has one tonight. Off speed is high, 2-1. Second baseman dancing around some more. Appears to be Chris Cannon. Inside. Now the count's 3-1. Cannon moving around again. He can never stay in the same spot for that long. Bit of a quicker delivery. Fouled away by Ujimori. And just a reminder, there will be a 10th inning, regardless of the score, because every player must have 3 at-bats, and that 10th inning will have an extra batter. Just it's how the math works.
Inside pitch off the hands.
Easily collected, and that will end the top of the 8th inning, where Team Black leads 11 to Team Gray's 6.
Now pitching for Team
And we'll be right back.
On the mound for the black team is number 66, Christian Shetty, who is 6'3", 194, from Monte Vista High School.
Number 1,
And catching for them
Chris Cannon.
appears to be number 50, Trevor Harmon. As we begin here in the bottom of the 8th.
One pitch.
Chris Cannon swings at the first pitch. They will be safe.
Is that a dropped
Now
ball?
batting number
Believe
2,
so.
AZFC.
Wasn't calmly collected by number 42, Casey Robinson,
Hey,
one of the
look,
two first basemen.
Shetty on the mound, Monte Vista High School. He's got a 4.5 GPA. 6'3", 194.
Ball gets by. So Cannon will advance.
I think that's some of the not used to the pitcher stuff going on right there.
Then in at the plate is nickname of AJ Capizzi. Infielder. Ball is low. 2-0 the count. Currently no infielder is checking Chris Cannon. We've seen the second baseman and the shortstop, act as kind of a shadow to the other guy. Nobody's getting that close to him this time. Second baseman inching towards before the pitch is delivered. Foul. Bangs off the metal structure in the
Like
bleachers.
a pinball. We hear like 17 bang, 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 bang.
Well, there are bleachers far down the first base side here.
Those are called the cheap seats.
Yes. And if you remember, if you've ever been to the ASU student section, you remember them vividly. They're cheap seats, and they're not really for you to sit. 3-1. Swung on.
Have you been to a GCU basketball game, Grand Canyon?
I have not.
It's a pretty remarkable experience. Now, they swear they don't choreograph the fans, but they got to. There's got to be YouTube videos. Here's what we're going to do, because the fact that they all know these things, it's got to be a class or something.
And Capizzi will draw a walk. Add another walk to the tally. We're not up to 20 yet, are we?
No.
We're not.
Now batting number 12, Kai Laxa.
Now in is Kai Laxa. Foul
Foul ball.
back. Runners at first and second here in the bottom of the 8th. As the black team leads the gray team 11-6.
Now, while they're talking, between the innings here, I went back and looked at some of the Florida footage that came in. All that stuff's been coming in all day, and, hearts go out to those people because, man, it got absolutely obliterated. Beautiful part of the state.
Count is 0-1. Ball's in the dirt. Second baseman, Ian Huang, kind of bouncing behind there. That way when Shetty checks, there is someone in case he decides to throw. Ball is popped up.
Second baseman calling for it. Not able to get there. And gets the force at second. And that's a tough one. If I'm the right fielder, I'm not peeling off when the second baseman calls it. I'm coming in. It's a lot easier for him to catch that ball than the second baseman. At the end of the day, the runner was able to advance to third. However, they still did get an out.
They did.
So other than the runner getting to third from second, that's the only damage they incurred on that. It was quick thinking by the shortstop, by the way, because the ball was thrown inside of the base, kind of in the grass. He scooped it and hustled to second base to at least get an out. So good play by the shortstop.
So runners are at first and third. Ball's inside. Ball gets behind him. We will see a run here. Count is now 2-0. Runner gets to second base, as it is now 7 runs for Team Gray against 11 for Team Black. Another inside pitch. Now 3-0.
I like it. 3-0 swing.
There you go. That was a heavy swing, too.
You're not here to walk. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Well, you say you're not here to walk, but we have seen just an overwhelming amount of bases on balls tonight. As we get another one here.
I'm almost going after that. I'm going after that. I'm thinking fastball all the way, and I'm just going to swing.
That was the second walk.
And that
of
was
the
high. I mean, I'm not blaming the kid. That was high. That is really an unhittable ball. But we're at the 5th batter,
who is Trevor Leprez. Peyton Dupree, the guy who just walked, earned his second walk of the night.
Again, my approach as a hitter right now is I'm looking fastball, and I'm just loading. And look, if I get tricked on an off-speed pitch, it is what it is. He's going to throw me at least one fastball somewhat in the zone. I'm looking for that.
Ball bounces off of the mitt. Runners will advance to second and third.
So here's the thing. I mean, in the last 6 pitches, he's thrown 1 strike. He needs to show more strikes right here. So my hitting approach is he's coming with a fastball. I better hit it.
There has not been good chemistry between Trevor Harmon and Christian Shetty so far in this inning, as that is yet another ball outside and another 3-0 count. Runner second and third. As that is called for the first strike.
Must not have been what he was looking for. I'm looking for the same thing again right here. Which it was.
He takes.
See, and that's just it. Like, you have to, anything, you are just trying to get something, because a walk is just go back to the dugout.
Correct, but he hadn't been on base yet. He wasn't one of the 80% of the rest of the people who have already had their first walk.
I get you.
It's something. He gets to say that he was on base.
All right, well, I'm disappointed. I'll be right back.
Now taking the mound for the gray team is number 97, John Michael Harduval, who is the tallest and heaviest player from both set of rosters. He is 6'6", 240 from Santa Ana, California. Catching for him is number 1, Colin Brown. Floats that one in.
Not a bad pitch.
Count even at 1 apiece.
I think a lot for these hitters, it's got to be approach. That's a good slider. You know, the approach, I got to believe it's fastball first pitch, want to get ahead. I'd be looking swing, something near the zone first pitch.
Now that is something we have not seen tonight. We haven't seen like a 2-pitch at bat as Felipe de Alba strikes out there, compared to like the juniors game where there were a couple of 2-pitch at bats, 3, 4. We have not seen that.
Right.
Each one goes minimal, at least 4.
And they've got the radar guns up. They're taking a look at what he's throwing. See multiple radar guns down in the stand.
In steps Seth Hollick. 0-1.
And there it is, fastball getting ahead. Now he's going to showcase some of that off speed. I'll go to that slider again.
See what Brown calls.
There it is, slider.
Now, I don't know about you, but so far, Halleck is my MVP of this game.
Yeah, he's done a good job. I'm going inside fastball, try and get something off the hands. Fastball, it goes kind of down and away.
But so far, Halleck has walked twice, but stolen 3 bases. So despite the walk-heavy night, that I don't know if the pitchers were told or something, he's done the most with it. Swings through strike 2.
Blows a fastball in there, so now 2-2.
Harduval, working from viewer side, the right side of the rubber.
He may go fastball again. It might be a changeup down low.
Fouled off to the right.
Changeup that went outside.
Gentleman almost just dove over a couple of seats trying to get a foul ball.
See if he, what do you think? What do you think? Slider? I think slider.
You have been money so far on this at bat.
I think slider. 2-2 slider. There it is. Inside, strike 3.
Wow. Well called.
Now batting, number 24.
Did Colin Brown tell you something about the sequence he was going to call?
No, it just what makes sense, right? You want to start off with a fastball, get ahead, then showcase something off speed. Your slider looks pretty good. You know, once you get to 2-2, that's a good pitch for a changeup. Try to get the full speed. Before having to go back to the fastball, you go slider again.
That is 1-0. And at the plate is Charles Lapp, who earned a walk tonight.
So he just let off with a slider there, so now he's going to go fastball, try and get a fastball in for a strike. There it is, but he spikes it.
That was thrown hard.
Yeah, so now he's 2-0. So now as a 2-0 hitter, and you don't want to walk, you're not just trying to get on base, I am coming out of my shoes. This is a good spot for a changeup. If your changeup goes across the plate, gets it anywhere near, you're going to be aggressive hitter. Changeup, let's see. There it is.
Oh.
Changeup for a foul. So now he's 2-1.
Because this is the showcase format, there should be a runner.
No, that was it, did it go off the arm, or was that a foul?
I thought it hit him, and it looks like we will have a pinch runner at first.
I thought it was foul, so.
No, that hit meat. Seth Hollick.
Might have went off his elbow guard.
Now be the pinch runner. Aiden Mowens down at first base.
No, it was a strike. I was right. They switched it. Went off the bat.
Yes, and he will be recalled. There is not a pinch runner at first now. Bases are empty.
All right, so 2-1.
Guess the solid contact was wood, not bone.
Went fastball again. He did not want to get behind 3-1, but that's where he's sitting right now. You got to be looking fastball. You have to be looking fastball here.
Well, the last time.
2-0, 3-1. He doesn't want to walk. He hasn't walked anybody yet.
Outside.
Fastball's away.
And that will be the second walk Charles Lapp has earned tonight. Last time he was on base, he did steal 2. You know how back in the day it was pitchers who rake. So far he is catchers who steal. Now in comes Parker Sobsiak, who also has 2 walks on the night. Almost hit him again. Ball goes past the catcher. And Lapp will get to second. So now Sobsiak has already earned 2 walks on the night. Does that say I will not swing at a bad pitch, or does that say I need to fill the box score for the night? Because this is it. This is the 3rd plate appearance. This is all that they get.
You got to be swinging at something close. You got to be swinging. And he was. And look, I mean, right now we got a runner on second. Had the past couple of pitches, you know, haven't been the best locations. So he was looking fastball. That's what he got. He just missed it. Good swing on it. Now he's 1-2.
Here in the top of the 9th inning.
Now, see, you want to be a little careful. You really don't want this runner to get over to third, so you got to be careful with your ball placement. Probably going to go change up here.
Checks the runner, but there's nobody there to receive it. Couldn't throw him out if he wanted to.
Yeah. Nope, slider, and that's the thing you want to be careful of.
That will move the runner to now third.
Yeah, that's. I probably would have gone change up there to try and get something like a rollover, or, you know. That slider has some pretty good bite on it, and if it gets in the dirt, it's going to go up and be hard to block just like that.
And I think that might be emphasized just due to the lack of familiarity between pitcher and catcher. 2-2 count.
Fastball.
Gets into this one.
And that is back at the wall.
Off the wall. One will score. Trying for 3.
I love it. He's the 5th batter. He has to.
And he is out.
Oh, no, he's 4th batter. Still one more. That's perfect. I mean, that's exactly what you need to do. You've got stopwatches in the stands, right? So what they're doing is they're timing how he's going base to base. They might start it when he hits first, seeing how he goes to third, right? So that stuff right there, that is a fantastic, first of all, hit at bat, running the bases. You're out at third base. Who cares? It makes no difference whether you're out or safe. Show them what you got. Let them see how you round the bases, how fast you are around those bases, so they've got some stats on you, and that's exactly what happened. Great showcase at bat and for him.
Another ball. Gets behind Brown. Quite a trend we've seen here this inning. In at the plate is Justin Dunn, one of the few players who has 2 hits on the night, 2 singles. Also has a stolen base. That will be strike 2. So the last trip around the bases for Charles Lapp, the first time he walked, then stole 2. The second time he walked and then, I don't want to use the word gifted, so let's just say took advantage of some catcher-pitcher issues. Made his way to third.
Yep.
And then a double brings him home.
Did we mention that John Michael, the pitcher, has a 4.3 GPA?
I don't think we have.
All right. Well, he's out of Santa Ana, California.
Mm-hmm.
Mater Dell High School.
2-2, knocks this one to the third baseman. Third baseman drops it and will not recover in time. It will be the 3rd hit of the night for Justin Dunn. All singles.
That was an error.
That'll be an error.
That's an error. That's an E5.
Fine. That will end the top of the 9th inning.
There's no free bases here.
Apparently not.
Now pitching.
All right, everyone. We'll be right back.
Number 100. Now batting, Reed Montgomery.
Now on the hill for the black team is Paul Montgomery, as that's fouled off of him. Montgomery is 6'4", number 100. Just the second guy to have triple digits on his jersey. 6'4", 220 from San Jose, California. Catching him will be number 24, Charles Lapp. So we just saw him take a lap around the bases, and now he gets to catch. The count's 0-1.
Paul Montgomery, the pitcher here, 4.325 ERA out of San Jose, California.
ERA?
Did I say ERA?
You did.
GPA. Look it's the ninth inning. We're on fumes.
It's Montgomery and Lapp here. Talk about it. In to hit is Reed Montgomery, who has earned a walk earlier in the night.
Haven't ate since lunch. What we used to do during broadcasts, we used to try and get people to send us food.
Like in the era before, like DoorDash and stuff, or fouled off to the left.
Yeah, just send us something. Like send us a pizza. It never worked
Then why did you keep trying?
because you can't just. You got to keep trying. You can't just quit. Counts 0-2.
Yes.
You're the pitcher. You don't want to throw anything fat here.
Montgomery does have the platoon advantage. Actually, they're both named Montgomery.
Good pitch. A little three-quarter arm slot on Montgomery, isn't there?
Counts 1-2. And of course, we mean Paul Montgomery as opposed to the hitter who is Reed Montgomery.
Are they brothers? Do you think they know each other?
I don't know. Trying to hit that outside corner. Counts now even, 2 apiece. Paul Montgomery with that split stance. Crouches down. Count is now full. This dude looks like he throws hard.
He's 87, 83 to 87. His delivery is a little funky, which is in his benefit.
Swung through that one.
A pitcher like this is really good to come in as a setup guy or closer.
47.
If you have a more traditional delivery all game, and then hitters, the more uncomfortable you make a hitter, the better you are as a pitcher. And so just the arm slot alone makes things a little bit uncomfortable. So
Paul Montgomery trying to prove that he was the better Montgomery, at least in that plate appearance.
I see what you did there.
Outside ball 1. Here is now Christian Ronkel, who has earned a walk. Score is 12-7 in favor of the black team. Pitches inside. And maybe that 3/4 arm angle, is that what they mean when they talk about perceived velocity? Or is that something else?
Say that again?
Well, you say it comes out of a weird arm slot. I say it looks fast. You say, it's not the fastest we've seen.
I'm not going to say like it's not. I'm not going to say he's like a slouch. I'm saying that if you've got an 87 mile an hour fastball, it's a good fastball. He's to me, this is kind of on. I want to say the bubble of something. If he got up to 90, 91. I think he'd have some different conversations.
Ronkel not able to beat out the play at first. First baseman Luka Riljancic.
But he's effective, right? He just got a rollover, and that again, I'm going to go with his pitching style. This guy could be a phenomenal setup guy. I mean, as you kind of get through the order, maybe your starter's done. And look, he could be a starter. I'm just saying in general. If I've got my pick of personnel. This guy could be a 2-3 inning pitcher or even just a one setup. Even one like that, he left over the plate, just gets fouled back. It's not, driven in the gaps in the outfield. And I haven't seen a lot of pitches over the plate with him, so I think that was kind of a miss more than anything. But like there, that ball, that was a really good pitch that broke over the plate, and the only thing that hitter could do was get around it for a foul. He's not barreling that thing up.
That hitter is Colin Brown, who's been on base twice tonight with a single and a walk. Counts 0-2.
And there,
Brown looks at strike 3.
It's again, like I said, I mean, very effective. And we won't be able to see a second time through the lineup with this pitcher.
Ryan Strickland.
But very effective if he's on someone's roster. Gives you some options as a coach for what you can, what he may be able to do.
In now is Ryan Strickland.
Look at that. That's another strike on a. He's kind of settled in now from being wild right at the beginning.
Well, yeah, we saw him in warm-ups. He was tossing them by. And
Right, and he settled in, got a little comfortable. Maybe the jitters are out. And now he's a strike machine.
Yeah, I haven't seen Lapp need to reach across or really dive down.
And here's the thing, that ball is unhittable. That thing's breaking low and away from the plate. So it looks like it's going to stay up, and it goes low and away, and you cannot get a bat on that ball.
Count is 0-2.
See, same thing right there. It looks like that, and this is a great outing for this pitcher.
Paul Montgomery racks up his 3rd strikeout in 4 batters. This will be his last one.
Remember, he's got a 4.325 GPA, and he did a 1460 on the SAT.
Ooh, we're getting fancy with SAT scores now.
I mean, Yale, are you still here?
And at the plate is Justin Blancafor, who has walked and tripled. Quite the line tonight. That's foul. Counts now even at 1 apiece. Here in the bottom of the 9th inning, please stay with us. There will be a 10th inning, regardless of the score being 12-7 in favor of the black team. Infield playing pretty deep. Ball is outside at 2-1. Center fielder playing almost dead on. Fouled away. 2-2.
He's going to go with that slider that just goes hard off the plate.
Now, you and I were talking about the jersey number situation because Montgomery here is the 2nd player with triple digits, as another one is fouled off.
Yeah, it's just simple inventory stuff, right? So the lower the numbers are going to be the smaller the jerseys. If we look at, we look at some of the bigger guys like 104, they're probably XL or 2XLs they're wearing. Most likely 2XLs on the higher numbers. So that is a good pitch.
Landed it for strike 3, and that is 4 strikeouts for Paul Montgomery.
Paul Montgomery did a great job. Excellent showcase for him. With that GPA and that performance, he just had himself a good night.
Probably the best night we've seen from the pitchers, at least from a strikeout perspective.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it's arm slot kind of funk to it, and he got outs.
On the mound for the top of the 10th inning for Team Gray will be Austin Kelsick, number 38. He will face 6 batters, be the only pitcher to do so other than the pitcher for Team Black. Kelsick is 6'2", 165 from Canyon View High School, and catching him this inning will be Lauren Binney, as that one is fouled away.
One of the things to mention on our pitcher, Austin Kalsek, he has a 4.5 GPA.
And then in facing Kelsick, as he almost has to dodge that one for ball 1, is Casey Robinson, who has a single already.
I mean, if you have a 4.5 GPA, can you take like 0.5 and give it to another kid that maybe have like a 2.7?
No, that's
Get him to
not
a 3.2?
how that works.
No? I would like to sell my 0.5 GPA to a kid that might hit a bomb further than me, but
That pitch was fast. Strike 3, swinging for Kelsick.
that'd be great if I could sell my 0.5 GPA.
Now batting number 47.
I thought you were going to do a high GPA, high cheese thing there.
No, it's the 10th. Swings through the inside pitch.
And that is Noah Kimura, who has a walk and a stolen base to his name. Finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Here in the top of the 10th, Team Black leads Team Gray 12-7. This one is lifted into right field, but foul. Team Black has 8 hits, Team Gray has 6. And if you give me a couple of minutes, I can find out how many walks everybody has.
He's still counting.
So on a rough count, I have 15 walks for Team Gray. This 0-2 pitch is swung through.
Okay.
Another strikeout for Kelsick.
Let's go, Austin. Austin's like, yeah, Montgomery, well, watch this.
Now batting number 49, Dylan Kraus.
And then I have 12 walks for Team Black. So it's been that kind of night.
Foul
Isn't it-
straight back.
In at the plate now is Dylan Kraus, who, like many of his teammates, has a walk to his name. Oh, and 1 the count. That'll make it 0-2. Kelsick will face 6 here in the top of the 10th inning. It's making sure the other catchers get their at-bats. This is chopped foul. Center fielder shaded a little bit to the left. I think their positioning might be determined on a point you brought up earlier on how well they can see, because it seems like the pitchers who move to certain areas after 1 or 2 deliveries, as that is called another strike 3 for Kelsick. But depending on how they land and which way they move on the mound, the center fielder seems to shade the opposite way. So I think you're right when it comes to seeing the bat off the ball. Or I'm sorry, the ball off the bat. It's the 10th inning. Another strike 1.
Way to work ahead.
This is off of 91. Cal Whip already has a walk tonight. But right now, he's in an 0-2 hole. But you see how Kelsick starts on the right side of the mound, and the center fielder is shaded just from our perspective to the left of that. Counts now 1-2. A little chirping from the dugout on that call. 1-2. Another called strike 3.
They hit pretty dirty.
The 4th strikeout for Kalsick.
One of our players actually in our club program.
Now batting number
He actually
43,
played Little League with Austin, the pitcher. I don't know if he struck him out or not, but it was back when they were like 8 and 10 years old. So White Tanks Little League on Bill Gentry Field.
In to face Kalsick now is Ian Huang, who has a walk, was caught stealing, but also has a single.
You were like, that fact means nothing to me.
Well, no, I got to get the information. They don't, unless they have the roster in front of them, they don't know who this is.
I don't care about that kid in Little League. I don't care about that field. I don't care about White Tanks. This is who's hitting, dang it.
What do you want me to be to a place that I've never been? Counts now 2-1.
But you haven't even been to San Diego.
Yeah, I have.
Okay. You just
Nobody has air conditioning there.
you don't know where it is. One of those two.
San Diego, you take the 8 instead of the 10 to get there from here.
Okay. You have left Arizona.
I have.
Did you go to a Kanye concert over there or
What
something?
No. Count is now split at 2. Nobody has reached base against Kalsick so far.
He's been really good.
Yes.
He is, the main thing for him, and he can get outs. A lot of the things when they're looking at pitchers in this whole college scene, they're looking for the big arms, the big bats, it's when there's showcase kids and there's game kids. And what I mean by that, a showcase kid is one that can go and get on the radar gun, run the fast 60, hit the balls out of the park in BP. Then there's the gamers. And Austin, to me, looks like a gamer. His fastball is, it's 85, 86, maybe 87. That's nothing, really high up there. But, I saw a pitcher at New Mexico State when they were playing ASU throw just like this. And, he was pitching at a D1, New Mexico State. So now the 10th, remember, it's an odd number, so they have one more guy to get his last at bat in. So,
and I think that was the discussion that was just going on.
The last pitcher faces 6.
As I jinxed Kalsick there, as
it's your fault.
a batter did reach on base.
I'm going to tell him when we have the Little League meeting that it's your fault.
Throws over to first, trying to get Huang.
So the main thing for Austin is he misses barrels. And so what coaches are liking right now is, this guy can pitch.
Now in is Trevor Harmon.
They'd like to see 2 or 3 more miles an hour out of him on the fastball, but he does a
Catcher
good job.
throws back to first. He is safe.
He does a really good job missing barrels. That was a close play at first, too.
Accurate throw by Binney. In the batter's box is Trevor Harmon, who has an extra base hit on the night. He has a double. That falls in for strike 1. That pitch, when he let it go, it almost looked like he was going to hit Harmon, but just that horizontal movement brought it back to the strike zone. Runner takes off.
From his knees. Oh, he gets him.
From his knees.
Great throw, right on target, kept it low, 1 bounce. Quick tag, and you're out.
Spectacular throw from Binney.
Best throw from a catcher tonight.
Yes.
Most accurate, easiest to handle, able to get the tag down.
That one looked like it had a little bit more gas on it. Counts now 3-1. Bat leaves his hand. He doesn't leave the batter's box. Thrown out at first. And that will end the top of the 10th inning. To the final half inning we go of this 2022 Senior All-Academic Game Showcase. Welcome to the bottom of the 10th inning, the final half inning of this showcase. So pitching for Team Black will be Gabriel Sands Miller, number 64. He is a right-handed pitcher, 5'11", 185, from El Cajon, California. His battery mate will be Gavin Mora. And here, first to hit, will be number 68. It's a first baseman, Hudson Story. Hudson Story has a single and walk on the night. And remember, Sands Miller will face 6.
Gavin Mora, the catcher, Lodi, California. He's got a 4.7 GPA with a 1,500 SAT score.
I think those are the highest of each category.
Yeah.
Of these rosters.
If you could sell that 0.7
Oh
and
my
like
gosh.
100 points on the GPA, you could give a coach like an extra 17 scholarships or something with that.
You can't sell GPA.
That'd be great.
You know what? It kind of would be.
Oh, smart kids. Because these guys, like in college, they can get name and likeness money, but what do the smart kids get? Homework.
Yes.
So if the smart kids could sell some of their GPA to some of the other kids that drop bombs and get name and likeness, I think it evens out. That should be happening.
So that's how you want to see the trade-off.
I'm going to start a petition for the smart kids. I got you guys down there.
Counts now 2-1. Swung through strike 2.
I would think this catcher never has a pass ball because it's like trigonometry or something where the way the ball moves and everything, he can calculate exactly where it's going to go and it ends up in the glove every time. 4.7, 1,500.
That doesn't determine how a missed slider can spike in the dirt.
I think it does.
Count is full.
I've coached like 470 baseball games. I think it does.
Sands Miller on the mound. Likely a tough act to follow. The last 2 pitchers that we've seen on the mound have each recorded 4 strikeouts. There's a pass ball.
I said 4.7 GPA, not 4.8.
As a walk is earned by Hudson Story, his second of the night. Hey, you jinxed a player now. It's not just me.
That's how this game works.
Now hitting is Zach Kavanaugh, number 30, another infielder. He's earned himself a walk to first tonight. Batter number 2 of 6 for this inning. Runner takes off to first. And in time, out.
He gets him. Did you see how he calculated the ball speed and how it had to go?
I just saw his arm move very fast.
And the trajectory of how it needed to get there, and he calculated how high the guy would have to jump to get the tag down in time. That's a 4.7 GPA.
That's a lot to unpack. Swung through that one for strike 1.
Is that our second batter?
Correct.
So this is the third batter?
Well, no, it's the same batter. I thought the throw out doesn't count.
Was that the second batter, though, the throw out? That's playable. Sunday hop on a Thursday night for the out.
Covered by Casey Robinson.
So is this the fourth batter?
I think this is the third.
Now batting number 23, Kyler Bachman.
Ridgecrest High School, Kyler Bachman, 3.9 GPA. So disappointing compared to the 4.7.
He's also one of the few players to not reach base via walk tonight.
Yeah, that's a strike.
He hasn't reached at all.
This is El Cajon pitching still, right? Gabriel Sands Miller. He's got a 3.8 GPA.
Nothing impresses you after reading the catchers.
I mean, I'm sure his parents are happy. See that? You see that trigonometry right there?
Not everything is trigonometry.
Yeah, that was physics, trigonometry, and maybe a little bit of Spanish.
What?
Espanol, ball, dirt, glove. C.
¿Por qué? 1-1 the count. Outside. It's been an eventful night for Mora back there. He's got a double. He's thrown out a runner. But none of that really matters. You just need to look at his jersey and all the field that's on it. Busy night for him.
Uh-oh.
Gets into this one. Left fielder trying to track it through the lights and the night. It is dropped.
Can't catch it, but he didn't open up and get back. He drifted and couldn't make the play out there. That should have been caught.
Now batting.
So Backman does reach base.
Zane
Whether or not via error or not, that's up to a scorer.
Error. Error. E7.
Now in is Zane Coggins. who
I'm
has-
only saying that because see that math equation?
I see 1-0.
I'm only saying that because when he opened up, he just didn't get a jump back, and then he drifted. If he would have opened up, got hard back, he's catching that ball.
Ball gets through. Runner trying to advance to third, and does. Backman trying to make the most of it.
Yeah, he is.
Coggins currently at the plate. He has 2 walks to his name and a stolen base.
Shout out to any of the college recruiters that are still here. We've been on the air 3 hours, 50 minutes right now. 3 hours, 50 minutes. At some point, overtime kicked in. I told you overtime is paid at 0, right?
Yeah, 0 times 0 is still
0.
0.
There we go. Perfect.
3-0's the count. Now 3-1.
Here comes another one. Fastball.
Swung through it.
Fastball outside.
Count is now full.
And he doesn't want that run to score. I don't know if we're going to see anything kind of off speed down low. I go fastball away again. That's what he does.
He gets the strikeout. His first of the night. Now in is a catcher. Number 12, Lauren Binney, who has a single. And jersey is a lot more clean than Mora.
So as a hitter, you know, I'm kind of saying what pitch is expecting, right? That's the approach you want to have in your at-bat. You want to, hey, I'm expecting this. I'll adjust to a certain pitch. No, he did not. I'll adjust to a certain pitch, but I'm looking for this, especially with 0 or 1 strikes on you. You don't need to protect until you've got 2.
Count is now 2-0. Here in the bottom of the 10th inning of this showcase, with Team Black leading Team Gray 12-7.
I think we're down to our last 2 hitters.
Swung through that one, 2-1.
And remember, now they had the third out, right? So it cleared the bases.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, with nobody on, I'm going to go something dirty, see if I can get him to chase it right here. There it is. Missed it outside, just broke too far off the plate.
Now 3-1. Center fielder is playing quite shaded to the left, a bit more exaggerated than we've seen for most of the game. Could be because the pitcher is playing.
I don't want to walk him. I'm going to come back with a fastball here.
This is fouled straight back and on the roof of us. Full count.
His off speed's been missing. The low and away strike has been money. The fastball. Fastball low and away. No, went off speed. Changeup.
Fouled back in pretty much the same spot.
Good changeup.
Binney, like Mora, has caught a runner trying to steal on the base paths.
Fastball low.
And Binney earns a walk to add to his single.
We are down to the last hitter of the evening. We're clicking 3 hours and 53 minutes on the air. Everyone, if you would just type something in the comments and let us know you are still alive, that would be great.
And at the plate is Dylan Mendoza.
Who is your MVP? Because I know you've been watching for all 3 minutes, 3
minutes?
3 hours, 54 minutes, and 10 seconds.
3 minutes.
Who is, that's how much time's left, 3 minutes. I'm working backwards now. Strike.
Runner at first seems to stay.
I can just umpire this game from up here.
Mendoza has earned himself 2 walks tonight. Each team with more than 10 walks apiece.
Ooh, good. Good breaking ball.
2-1 now. Here for the final batter, the bottom of the 10th inning.
I think that last pitch is a good 2-strike pitch. Because that thing, I mean, it's hard to lay off of it.
Even if it's not in a 2-strike count?
Well, no, you're going to lay out. If you see it spinning with only 1 strike, you're going to let it go. You do not want to roll over that thing. But with 2 strikes, you got to protect. You don't know if it's going to stay in the zone. You're going to swing, and it's going to dive down hard.
Count is 3-1.
All right, let's go, Corey.
Outside.
I love it.
But they will they end the bat here? They will.
And that is it. That is a wrap.
Mendoza earns his 3rd strike of the night, or his 3rd walk.
And you guys, thanks for being with us. It's been a treat. This is the end of the academic games for the 2022 year. Just want to wish all these guys good luck. Sometimes we joke around on here, but in all honesty, these guys all worked hard to get where they're at. They study hard, they do a good job, and they all have a bright future ahead of them. Hopefully they make the most of those opportunities. On behalf of Sports Stream Media and my partner over here, Eric Hansen, thanks for being with us, Eric.
Thanks for having me.
We are out from Peoria, Arizona, and the Arizona Fall Classic team. Take care. Have a great night.